I wasn't given a chance to survive. My show
Man.
wasn't given a chance to survive, man.
little
This is crazy.
little do they know, right?
Right. Right. And both of us have been through some things.
Man, we've been through that ish way too much.
Oh God. Way too much and way too often.
Uh,
Good Lord.
yeah. Good news is the mud is washable off the truck at the end of the day, man.
Yeah, it sure is. Hey, to all y'all who thought we wouldn't survive 11 years.
You big dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy. You big cold-blooded dummy. You big dummy. See what you did? Oh, no, you big dummy.
Pretty much.
Yeah, see what you did? You pissed us off and you want us to go harder.
Well, you know what happens when they back an animal into a corner? Come out swinging, baby.
Come out swinging, baby. You come out swinging.
Yep.
All right. Little preview for season 12. Ultimate DH battle. 3 players in a round robin to see who hits not only the most home runs, but the furthest home runs in a home run hitting contest since the All-Star game is next week.
DH only?
Yeah. And I got 3 legends for you. 3 Hall of Famers for you.
Okay, try me.
Edgar Martinez.
I could see that.
Frank Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
And Jim Thome.
I'll take Thome. I'll take Ortiz, and I'll take Ohtani.
I can see that.
Those would be some absolute bombs.
Ohtani doesn't make it fair.
Because he hits nukes, dude.
Ohtani just doesn't make it fair. And in a way, neither did Frank Thomas.
Yeah, because he was the opposite. He's the opposite side of the plate, and he's hitting long balls.
Right. That's the thing with Frank. He could spray the ball all over the field, and you wouldn't know where it's going.
And Ohtani does the same thing from the opposite side.
Yeah, he does.
But when he gets a hold of one, as Matt Vasgersian once said, first pitch crushing.
Yeah, I did that against my White Sox in 2021.
Did he ever lean into that one?
That bitch was launched.
Yeah.
Every microphone in a joint heard that crack.
Yeah, that was the literal definition of a perfect.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Battle of legendary center fielders.
Let's see.
Kirby Puckett.
I could see that.
Kirby Puckett versus Ken Griffey Jr.
Give me Griffey and a walk-off.
An overtime walk-off, right?
Yes. Exactly. It'll be like a 3 overtime swing walk-off or some shit like that. Yeah, it would be. Oh,
okay.
Man.
Battle of lefties. You ready? You ready for these 3? Jim Thome.
Mm-hmm.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And Barry Bonds.
Oh, that's just wrong. That is wrong.
A little B-roll before we get going, and happy 4th to Ark, who's the first one in here. Yeah, how about it?
Okay. If we're going to go generational swings, Griffey, Bonds, and Ohtani.
Yeah, you can't mess with that.
No, that's just
here you go.
That's generational nukings.
You want generational nukings? Okay, I got the ultimate lefty swing off for you.
Okay.
All right.
Try me.
Shohei Ohtani and Barry freaking Bonds.
I can get behind that. How far are these balls going to end up going between these two? Yes.
Exactly. Ohtani versus Bonds. Man, they start the home run derby at like 8 p.m., right?
It ain't going to get over with till midnight.
Exactly. We're walking out all tired and yelled weak, you know?
And both of them will have at least a country mile logged in by the end of the first round.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, folks. You caught us on the B-roll for the final show of season 11. Didn't we just start this thing?
It feels like it, but man, that's what happens when you have fun.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please remove your caps as we honor America on this 4th of July with the legendary Laker Band. Let's go.
Let's do this thing. There it is.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
That's got the safety seal.
Oh, yeah!
Let's go, baby! Woo!
Oh boy, this is it for this season. Good morning and welcome, one and all, our crew included, to the fabulous, fantastic Football Freedom Friday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us, and thank you for the past 11 seasons, as this is the last one for season 11. This first hour is powered by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. And a salute to all who serve and who have served, are serving, and will serve this day and every day that you provide your services for us is for you. All right, man. Since we got no script for today, we usually don't. Where's Victor?
Oh, I already texted the boys. I'm sure he'll be here eventually.
Okay.
Man,
the Las Vegas Aces
got shelled.
Their ass whooped.
Yeah, they got shelled last night.
Let me say it again. The Las Vegas Aces, in a game I called on my network, got their ass whooped. 81-54.
They did not look like the multi-time champs.
Well, Asia Wilson did.
She was the only one.
She finished with, I believe, 30.
29.
29? Oh, look who's here. Look who's here. Look who's here.
Well, since she decided to unpoke her head in, I know I'm going to hear about this in about 3 hours.
I'm going to hear about this, but why not? Folks, what we are going to reenact now is one of the openings we did for Miss Genevieve.
Which, by the way, make sure you check her out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Genevieve_Yoso. Bonk Stick's going to be incoming. Let's go.
All right. To set everything up, y'all know the voices that we do and the alter egos that we have, Victor included. Genevieve asked Dog to open a stream for her, and I wanted a piece of the action.
Yeah, you did.
So we planned this. We talked on the phone, Shane and I, planned this intro. Said, okay, I'm going to start with this, then you come in with this, and then you come in with that. And I said, okay, fine.
And then all of that went out the friggin' window.
Yeah, when Genevieve gave us the countdown and the cue, the first thing you heard was this.
Good morning, everybody. Who the hell's snoring in my office? Hey, who let this dude in my office? Who's snoring in here?
Hey, why don't you keep the noise down? I'm trying to sleep.
Commish, you're on the wrong show.
How the hell you gonna tell me I'm on the wrong show and I slept here all night?
Well, what the hell you doing sleeping here, man?
You gave me the key, you dumbass.
I didn't give you no damn key. The hell you talking about?
Then what the hell do you call this? I call it a key, you dumbass.
I did not give you that key.
Well, you gave it to me sometime because I used it to get in here.
I swear
okay, what the hell's going? Hey, who's this?
Apparently, the commissioner decided to show up and crash
Name's
the party.
The commissioner. Who the hell are you? I'm Brian, you dumbass. Now get out of my chair. You can't fit in this chair. You're too tall. Even you with the tall jokes? Man, get out of here. Okay. Now that the commissioner has been ejected, what in the world's going on in here? Oh, dear God.
Foghorn, unless you want your ass deep fried, I suggest you shut up and leave.
Boys got more nerve than a bitter woman left at the altar.
Oh. And ladies and gentlemen, it snowballed from there.
for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Normally,
this was supposed to be a 3-minute introduction.
Yeah, normally for me, it's about 2-3 minutes. You know, go through a little thing. Bada boom, we get the party going. Yeah, no, when somebody decides to open their mouth and give us carte blanche to do intros, be warned, this is incoming.
We warned her.
Yeah.
And she kept, and in the server, in her Discord server, please follow Jen on Discord and follow yours truly on Discord also.
We're all there.
On Discord, she said, "Oh God, what are you guys gonna do?" And we said nothing.
Yeah,
we didn't say a thing.
And mind you, we're already planning on if she does have a New Year's Eve stream.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Jen, bullshit. I can get you the link and you can get your ass in here in about 2.2 seconds. Don't tempt me.
Matter. Send it to her. Okay. Why not? It's the last show of the year.
Screw it.
Fuck it. Send her the link. Fuck it.
You asked for this, Jen.
Matter of fact, Genevieve Yoso, I dare you. I double dare you to bring your ass up here. Yes, this is a sports show. I have coffee. And we're inviting a friend from the UK to come up here and talk shit with us because we did it on her stream and she hasn't stopped laughing.
There you go. There you go. Come on, then. Well, come on with it. Come on. Come on with it. Come on with it. I feel like Eddie Murphy on Doggone Nutty Professor. Come on with it.
Come on, Cletus. Come on!
Come on, Cletus!
Come on, Cletus!
Come on, Cletus!
Come on! Why is that a short later?
I know, right? I know.
Why is that a short later?
I know.
Go lay down, Lucy. Talking to my dog with Winnie right here, wanting to go out. Hold on, folks. Are you going to go out too, Lucy? You just went out. There you go. There. Winnie is out playing around.
Yep.
Oh, God. Okay, today on the docket, 9:10 is my call. The Houston Astros, who are one of 4 teams with 50 wins, or 5. I think 5. They will take on the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers at 9:10. And yes, I will be strapped behind the headset for that as we head into the last week before the All-Star break. Your Boston Red Sox take on the Washington Nationals at the top of the hour.
Yeah, we have
we may have to
11 a.m. game.
We may have to poke in on that game, which gives old Snowman an idea.
And
this is a fundraising stream also. All streams this weekend will be fundraising streams for me, my family, and my company. We'll put the links out as we go along. Cincinnati, Philadelphia at 1:05. JJ is going to be at work. 2:20, St. Louis and the Cubs. Dear Lord. And the Cubs lead that division. Ain't that a bitch?
Dude, I'm telling you right now, things have gone upside down.
Yeah, and I think that's where we're going to open things up until Jen gets in here, and then it's going to go sideways again. Subway Series goes Yankees, Mets at 3:10, Pittsburgh, Seattle 4:10, also at 4:10, Tampa Bay and Minnesota, 6:40, Texas goes to San Diego, who cares? Milwaukee, Miami, who cares? Baltimore, Atlanta, who cares? White Sox, Colorado, who cares? Unfortunately, I have to say that. Royals in Arizona, and then it finishes with the battle. It finishes with the Battle of the Bay, Giants and Oakland at 10:05.
Right now, again,
what a slate!
Yeah,
what a slate!
But the fact of looking at the standings right now, who would have figured going into the All-Star break?
Mm-hmm.
And that's coming up here in about a week.
Hey, Arku, who is your team? I know you told us, but I want to remind her who. Matter of fact, let's talk to everybody in the chat. Who's your team for baseball if you watch it?
Arku,
y'all know who my teams are.
Arku just mentioned that Yankees are in a slump.
Yankees.
You guys gave up a monstrous lead in the AL East. And now you're tied with Tampa Bay, a game behind Toronto.
And
you
just went where I wanted to go. When we did our season preview in March, and I was asked who would win the East Division, who did I say without blinking?
Toronto.
Well, who's in front in the American League East?
Toronto.
After
sweeping the Yankees.
Sweeping the New York Yankees in the Skydome. Oh, our Q team is the Texas Rangers. Okay, I can dig that.
Yeah, and Texas right now, well, they're 9 back of Houston in the West.
Hey, Arku, I follow the Astros. Nah.
Okay, we all know right now.
But I bet you any kind of money, it's going to come down to the Battle of Texas for the division.
Easily,
it'll come down. I will say this right now about the Rangers: they may be 9 back of the Astros right now, but we know the Rangers could tear it up at any moment with the lineup they have, and the pitching that they have. I want to talk about the Houston Astros.
Okay,
they were 10 games under 500 earlier this season. Now, y'all ready for this? They are 17 games above 500.
Go figure.
Tell me how in the hell did anyone see that coming with the Astros? Considering who they considering who they lost. Alex Bregman, Kyle Tucker, Ryan Presley, mainstays in the Astros lineup. And yet here they are with the second best record in the American League. Matter of fact, all the 50-win teams are the Dodgers, of course, the Cubs, Phillies, Mets, Tigers, and Astros.
Dude, and the Tigers are dog walking the Central right now.
The Central is over. Unless somebody gets hotter than fish grease.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
This is over. Okay,
Hawk, I got you.
The Tigers are 12.5 games
up on both
Minnesota and Cleveland.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No.
Hi, honey.
Bye. Love you.
Where are you going? Oh, okay. Be careful, sweetheart.
Yeah.
In case you don't know who that was my beautiful Dr. K. Why am I laughing? Because we were knee deep in baseball talk, and then my beauty just comes right in. Just
no, they're not.
Shakes her head with a look and goes, "No, they're not. I'm done."
I know, right?
Because your bride has done that to you while we were on air.
A few times, yeah.
Let me tell you something, folks. Shane's wife and my wife have a tendency to appear when we're like really knee deep in a conversation.
We're focused on one thing, and we got the blind.
Yes.
And the next thing you know, whack, blinders come flying off. Oh, okay.
Because when I was living in the port, we were like, I think we were knee deep in football.
Yes.
One show, we were knee deep in football. And then all of a sudden, your bride just comes up and wraps her arms around you. And like when Jody does to me, you get goosebumps.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's back when I actually had a big old oak desk with
Mm-hmm.
a computer set up. And it's like, yeah.
So now, as much as I made fun of him, I'm getting the karma back in hilarious spades. And I'd say hilarious because you all have seen Jody on air with me when we did the Super Bowl. All right, let's get back to baseball. Tell me how the Toronto Blue Jays are in front in the American League East.
Yankees struggling and Toronto actually playing some damn good ball.
The Blue Jays have won 5 in a row, including a sweep of the Yankees.
They are 29-16 in the sky. Oh boy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe things just went to hell in a handbasket.
Business is about to pick up. I'll do the honors. For the first time, please welcome Miss Genevieve Oso.
Yo, they're the queen. Or in this case, my mafia sister. What's going on?
What's going on, girl?
I have some words to pick with you too.
When don't you?
Okay, okay, Genevieve.
When
don't you have bones to pick with us? And when can you pick them without laughing?
Exactly.
Okay, fair point, but hear me out. These two over here always giving me a little promo at the beginning of their streams. I keep telling them, no, stop it. I do not need to be part of this.
Yeah, well,
and we're both thinking, oh yeah, watch this.
Pretty much.
You still do it.
I mean, come on here.
We promo whatever stream she does, and she throws like bonk sticks at us at 100 miles an hour. Okay.
I keep laughing.
It was only Don doing it at first. It was only Don doing it, but you just had to get yourself involved, Snowman.
Well, yeah, we're helping you. We're helping you. We're bringing you an increase of traffic. At least trying to.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, trying to is the key word.
Yeah, well,
at least trying to.
Working on it. We're working on it over here.
But folks, she tells us all the time, look, don't do any promos.
It's your podcast. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
You do not need to go around promoting me.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Like we're gonna listen to you.
Okay, just because I'm in my mortal form, you're not gonna listen to me? Okay, I see how it is.
You see this? You see this roll of duct tape? It don't work when it comes to me. So don't worry about it.
Just a moment. Where'd it go? I'll use this. You see this hat right here? This is what Genevieve tries to use to shut me up, and it don't work. No, even better. See this clip? This once upon a time was on a bag of chocolate chips that my wife gave me. Genevieve tried to use this to clip my lips together, and all I did was bite the damn thing.
No.
Yeah, it don't work.
How about that?
It don't work.
Okay, I got another one. Since we're using props, and since we're already out of control, fuck it.
Yeah, it's Friday.
This is a back scratcher.
Talk about props.
Father, shut your mouth.
Okay.
Shut your face.
Well, Cochran, we'll deal with you later.
Yeah. You see this? This is a back scratcher.
Back scratcher.
It telescopes. Turn it upside down. It's an instant Genevieve bonk stick.
I think you'll find around my parts it becomes a Dawn bonk stick.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've had a few too many concussions.
Oh, I know.
Another?
And
you want another later on?
And now I'm getting it. Genevieve, you remind me too much of one of my daughters. All I got to do is make you laugh, and that's that.
Damn.
Pretty much.
Because that's all I've done since I met her, is make her laugh. She tries every single time, folks, to tell us, don't do anything weird. Don't promote anything of mine on your show.
Because you should be on your show. You should not be.
And yet again.
Yes, we should.
Oh, you shouldn't.
Yes, we should.
Give me one good reason why.
We're doing it.
That's not a reason.
It is for us.
It is. Let's see here. We promote friends. We promote those who stick with us. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Deal with it.
We promoted our coup. We promoted Rising Rhino, and Rising Rhino has turned into a fun bronze sexual to mess with.
Yeah.
More on that later.
Yeah, we'll save Jen the agony of dealing with that.
She don't want to deal with those kind of. She don't want to deal with those kind of fans like we do.
Yeah, that's bad enough. We put up with it.
We'll save her from that kind of invasion.
Yeah.
But as far as Miss Yoso goes, and before we go to break, we love her dearly. We mess with her every chance we get, and we promote her every chance we get. So it's Twitch. Give me the address again, Don.
Twitch.tv/Genevieve_Yoso.
Thank you very much.
Damn it.
Deal with it, sis.
I hate you.
Jen,
we'll talk about that later.
Jen, I told you a million times, whoever's a friend of Don is a friend of mine. And folks, we had this lady laughing uncontrollably the last time we did an intro for her a week and a half ago.
I still need to make a highlight for that.
To the point where nobody in the Discord could mute their microphones fast enough with the shit me and Don were coming up with at lightning speed.
And again, to think what we've got planned for New Year's.
Listen, we already got it planned out. All I'll say.
Yep. We do.
We already got it planned out.
God help me on New Year's Eve, ladies and gentlemen. God help me.
I will say this. I will say this to you, Jen. Y'all won't be able to mute your microphones fast enough.
Nope, not at all. At all.
Damn. I mean, I can at least keep myself muted on my OBS, but the others I can't.
No, they're gonna be gone.
Yep.
It's gonna be one of those where not only are we gonna probably have one of the longest ones, but you're only gonna be able to stop laughing for at least a good half an hour, 40 minutes after.
You know what? When we did the last one,
yeah,
the boys were already shaking because they told us as such.
Yep.
And then when Jen counted us down and gave us the cue and we got started, we heard them all laughing at the same time until I ran out of ammunition.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is I got to start half an hour earlier than advertised just so you guys can do your intro and I can actually start my timer on time.
Basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically.
Okay, notes taken.
Now watch this. The next time we do an intro, she's going to forget that note and throw that sumbitch out the window once we get started.
Probably.
Oh my goodness, what am I going to do with you?
I don't know. Hang around as long as you want over here. We got nothing else going on today.
Yeah, this is the last show of season 11. Season 12 starts Monday, and we're just hanging out with everybody.
And you're not going to give yourself a break for a week before it?
Yeah, we got the weekend.
I'm going to sleep all weekend unless I have to do a baseball or a basketball game. All the other time, since I'm cleaning up my kitchen today and getting it out the way, I'm going to be asleep.
Yeah.
I'm going to be knocked out.
Only time I'm going to be doing anything is if somebody over here on my right decides to stage hook me into it.
Excuse me? You know you join these things on your own free will.
Yeah, I know. Still.
All right, I mean this as a joke and a joke only. Bullshit.
Oh, and you guys think this is chaotic? Wait till you actually are in one of her streams and everything goes sideways.
Like 30 seconds in. Oh, Jen, I got a present for you. It looks like this.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Hey, that's going to be added to the soundboard later on.
Thank you. You just read my mind.
I mean, you already got me saying you asshole, so why not add that to the mix?
Yes, they actually made a soundbite of Don saying you asshole to me, and now they have it in the sound base. So you know
we have all sorts in the sound base.
So you know what's next, right?
What in the all types of blue hell?
Since that's become part of the lexicon around there.
Yeah. We've actually started quoting that in my community now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I even quoted it on a Twitter reply to someone, and can I just say it's ended up on 4chan of all places.
Oh my god!
And two, A certain green parrot has noticed it, and it's currently in editing for his next video about Twisty's termination.
Oh my god! We're about to make a fucking parrot video.
Oh no!
Yes.
Damn.
The parent mixing
The green parrot.
the green parrot, the green parrot mixing Don calling me an asshole. Mixing what in the all types of blue hell? Mixing my greeting for every morning when I do the morning show. Oh dear God!
Hell, I've even offered if he wants me to voice myself in his video. I've got no problem. I can practice a little accent.
You know what? You in that video would make it even more hilarious than it is right now.
True.
I wish. I wish.
You know something? I surprised this pretty lady one day when she was talking to people in the Discord. Don had pushed the button. We had gotten the show started, and they couldn't hear the intro that was playing.
Nope.
But when the cue came to me, they heard me, and Jen fell out laughing.
Yep. And I had that stream up because there's sometimes Jen goes the same time we do. So I heard everything fall out, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me."
Sometimes when I do my long streams, these two have me up in the background just listening to me while they're doing their intros, and it's kind of funny how they just make casual comments on it during their podcast.
Well, I mean,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, what about it?
Like, hello, focus on your own stuff, please.
We do, but we're also focusing on everything else going on.
We have fun when we bring you into the focus.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, hell, how many times in 7 years have I mentioned Jody on this program? My beautiful wife.
Plenty.
Huh? There you go. And Jen, you missed the fun. Like this morning, we were sitting there talking about baseball. My wife appears on my right, and she says, "No, you're wrong."
Just out of nowhere. No, you're wrong. Just like one of these times, I'm sure later on, I'm going to have somebody else wrap around me like, "The hell you doing? I'm working over here. What are you doing? Surprise." Okay.
Oh, God. Wait a minute. I can't believe I'm going to expose this idea, but I'll do it anyway.
What?
The Mafia Don, Father O'Shaughnessy, Father O'Cochran,
the
Right Reverend Deacon,
oh God, Ray,
the detective, Ray, all in the same room for 30 minutes.
Didn't we plan on doing something like that?
Oh, and the Chicago Mafia Don joining you.
Why do I have a feeling this is going to be the next opening skit for one of my big streams?
If we can get,
I don't like that laugh. I don't like that laugh.
If we can get the right Reverend involved in this one, because that's a whole nother entity in his own right. Oh my God, game over, man. Game over.
As I said, Jen.
Again, I don't like that laugh.
I don't like that laugh because I know there's about to be some chaos.
What do you mean you don't like that laugh?
It gives me a chill because I know how evil that mind is going to get.
Now, oh God, I can't believe I'm going to do this obvious joke considering Shane's known me for almost 12 years, but I'll do it anyway.
Oh God.
Whatever do you mean by that question?
Don't you bullshit me. Don't you bullshit me. I know where this is going to end up going, and I am going to have to reinforce my chair because I'm going to fall out of it.
I could not resist that question. I just could not resist that question.
I'm going to have to reinforce
this chair
is going to
be 2x4s. Since this is going to be a show full of B-roll, let's add some fun here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hang tight a second.
What are you doing now? What are you doing now, boss? Oh no!
What is he doing? What's he doing?
Okay, what in the hell is going on here?
Oh God, Father O'Cochran's in the building. What are you doing here, O'Cockhead?
I told you to quit talking about your sex life when you mentioned a cockhead, you cocksucker.
Wow.
What have I got myself into?
Chaos.
What have you gotten yourself into? What have you gotten yourself into, young lady? You should be asking, what have you gotten yourself in the middle of?
Yeah, this is normal. This is normal around here. Trust me, you think your shit's sideways from time to time? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You pause your game. Why do you pause your game? I'm reading your shit.
Well, I had to be here to do the show, so I had to pause what I was doing.
But why did you have to put it on the shirt?
Because it's cool.
A shirt that says, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Well, that's my normal everyday t-shirt. The hell are you talking about?
I don't want to talk about your normal right now. It's just too tempting.
Wow.
Anybody who has gotten to know me over the past 2 weeks knows every time he brings up his sex life, I call him on it because this is a family.
I don't even talk about my sex life, man. We're talking sports and bones and closets, man.
That's why you mentioned your sex life. You mentioned bones.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Every time you mention bones, I'm going to call you on it. Especially since two of your heroes, Tony Graffanino and Tuukka Rask, were skirts in key moments.
Oh my god.
Welcome to what we normally deal with on a daily basis, Jen.
Sometimes
you know what, Don, can I quote you for a minute?
Go ahead.
I'm not drunk enough for this.
Neither am I.
I'm not drunk enough for this either, but I don't have to be since he gives me all the ammunition I need.
I don't give you zip for ammunition. The hell are you talking about?
That's not what she said.
Wow. Damn. What are you doing?
You need a jacket there, Don?
I need aloe vera is what I need.
Aloe vera. What the hell are you trying now? Are you putting aloe vera in a certain orifice that shouldn't be there?
Oh my god. Oh. Wow, dude. Wow.
Wow.
I got nothing here. I got nothing.
All right, I'm done. Malik, we are going to clean up the language. This is the final show of season 11, and we're just cutting loose.
It's some B-roll bullshit.
This is going to be all B-roll today. This will not go up on the podcast. We will clean everything up when we start season 12 on Monday, but we just had to give Jen a little demonstration of some of the chaos that we have here
on a
5
daily
days a week.
On a daily.
And no matter what the sport we're talking about, no matter what, and yes, and we're expanding to 3 hours beginning Monday. That's why we're on at 10 instead of 11, like we're usually doing. So let me do this. I did it yesterday, but I'm going to do it again today in more detail. Beginning Monday, we're starting at 10 a.m. All right. And to Malik Jones's request, and it is a good one, we're going to clean up the language. All right. You won't see the B-roll unless you join Patreon. Today, we just wanted to, because it's a holiday and we're celebrating with our families, we just wanted an episode where we can just cut loose. Mix in some sports talk like we were doing with Major League Baseball and the WNBA. But we will clean up our language. That is a promise to you and everyone who is tuned in to us, because there are 5 radio stations that are going to join us beginning Monday. 10 a.m. Monday is when we get the party started, and it'll be 10 a.m. every day. 3 hours of sports talk, the best sports talk, and to Jen throwing the bond sticks, all the comedy you can attempt to handle in 180 minutes.
So
yeah, pretty much.
Does this mean no more what in the all types of blue hell?
No,
there's going to be more of it.
That's still going to be around.
They're allowing that?
Listen.
Oh, yeah.
Listen.
You can't take that away.
Listen, this ain't going away.
What in the all types of blue hell?
That ain't going anywhere.
Because my wife says it now.
Yes, Rhino, we're
Your
going
wife
3
says
hours,
it.
bub.
I say it. My community says it.
Jen, listen. My wife said it to me while I was editing a podcast one day, and she came in here. I was in my old office at the time. She came in my office, looked at the screen, and she says, "Honey, I got a question for you." I turned and looked at her, and I'm already giggling. And I said, "What's that?" She looked me in the eye and says, "What in the all types of blue hell are you doing?" I lost it. I fell out laughing.
It was game over.
Game, set, match.
Yeah.
Game, set, match. Because after that, I looked at her and I said, "You want to go to lunch and laugh at people?" Yep. And we were out of there.
Nice.
We were gone.
Oh, yeah.
But I will keep my promise. We will keep our promise. We're going to clean up a lot of stuff because there's a couple of stations that are interested in us. One of them is in Texas. The other is in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So we're starting to build a network, and I know what we got to do. I know what we got to clean up. But the last part of season 11, we just wanted to cut loose with everything that's going on and mix in a little bit of comedy. But Jen, we're keeping that sounder.
Yes.
Don't worry, that ain't going anywhere.
That ain't going nowhere.
It's too iconic now.
And neither is this.
I got that Austin's music.
That's not going anywhere. This is definitely not going anywhere.
You big dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy. You big cold-blooded dummy. You big dummy. See what you did? Oh, no, you big
Yeah.
This is not going anywhere.
Oh, hell no.
This ain't going anywhere.
Bitch, please.
Nor this. Oh, and Jen, you can bring this into your lexicon also.
Bitch, are you for real?
I'm sure that's going to end up making some appearances later on.
I will gladly give this to Jen as a gift because I know there are some times with some of the people that she's dealt with in recent times that made her shake her head and go,
Bitch, are you for real?
He's not wrong.
No, sadly, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
and I got another one Jen can use since we're resetting everything for season 12. There are in recent times, as I said, Jen had to deal with some unsavory people without going into detail. 3 words you can tell them all right now since you hung here with us.
Shut up, bitch.
Hell yeah.
The day Don fell out of his chair during the first appearance of O'Cochran, this happened.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, but Jen will give you these as a gift. This one.
Shut up, bitch.
Can you imagine Jen looking into someone's eyes and saying that out loud?
Not just that, just hitting the button on the soundboard. Shut up, bitch. Oh, that's gonna end everything.
Or this.
Bitch, please.
Or one of our, and I got to use the button since I made a promise. We're going to clean everything up here. Let me get over here and do this. I'll do this one alone at first. You got knocked the out, bitch.
Oh, that's perfect for when she was playing Marvel Rivals.
Yes. I've seen the Marvel Rivals stream go sideways, bend back up, and then sideways again.
Pretty much. I think we might have lost her. There we go. She's back. Had a reboot.
Looks like my internet went out for a couple minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Been there, done that.
You know what?
Sorry.
You're good.
Hey, Jen, I got another present for you.
Oh, Lord.
Again, she's had to deal with unsavory people. Sometimes you can just look at them and go,
I don't remember asking you a thing.
There's that. And then when you got all them damn trolls to deal with that
Wait,
think
does
they
he
know what they're talking about.
God damn, or
Yeah. And then you also got when you got to really deal with people you don't want to 100% deal with.
English, do you speak it?
There's
So
that
we
too.
can get those
I'll
two.
throw you the better version there of that one, Don. The Sakura Miko version.
Okay.
Oh God. Oh jeez.
All right, here we go.
No. I got a better one than that. The Boondocks version.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I know what you're talking about.
We got to get her the Boondocks version of that.
I'll do some digging when we go to. I'll do some digging later. We're good.
And then you can tell all these trolls.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yes, that is Michael Jordan.
Thank you, Michael.
Something we tell trolls every day.
Stop it. Get some help.
Pretty much.
Or you know what, Jen? I know the perfect sound for you.
Oh.
This is me from 2 years ago. You fool!
Yep, that works. Now all we got to do is get up on the Discord, throw on some nitro, and start uploading shit. Problem
You
solved.
fool!
Yep.
I gotta get a couple donations in to get a nitro starter because I'm loading all this into nitro.
Yes.
Oh.
All right. Let me take a break because I need to use the restroom. So let's take our halftime break, and when we come back, we got more stuff with the lovely Genevieve Yoso. We're just talking a whole bunch of stuff, having fun on the final show of season 11 on this great 4th of July. Back after this.
Yeah.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Now, I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix. And that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more.
Call 800-973-6121.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
Emergency, please.
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, W-I-Z-E.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. It's the men's college game.
The way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
The women's college game.
And how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference. They got their mojo now.
The WNBA.
AJ Williams stood at 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
Or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmaker's blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony, or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Now, what is that? What the fuck is that?
What in the Vida Blue Hell?
What is that?
Is that?
It's a cute little accessory. Do you like?
What is it?
In the all types of blue hell is that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
This little pink hair thingy down here. This little cutie.
Yes.
Her name's Akari.
Okay.
Her name's what?
Akari.
Akari.
She's the mascot of VTube Studio.
I got 4 mascots: Lucy, Binks, Pumpkin, and Winnie. And anybody that has watched this show for any length of time, especially within the last 2.5 years, knows they will pop in and pop on Daddy's lap at any moment. Okay,
right.
Let me do this to honor Marcus. Is it Marcus or Malik? Malik said, "Fellas, got to clean up the language." Thank you, brother. We will. And I also get to do this. I know it's early, but we owe you an ID. This is Snowman in the Morning.
This is WJKS, Indianapolis, Chicago, and the world.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
This is WSMM-DB, Indianapolis, Louisville, Cincinnati. This is WBWS-DB, Chicago.
Thanks to all those stations that we have. And also thanks to KSRN in Phoenix, Arizona. They have jumped aboard as well. This will all be cleaned up and ready. That's why we're not airing on the stations today, because this is the final episode of the season. So we're just going to cut loose. But do pay attention. We are going to clean all this up, and we're going to bring you even more better sports talk. And yes, we're going to mix in a lot more comedy, considering we got Jen up here. So we got to have a little fun while we're doing it. Now, back to the point at hand. What the hell is that?
Okay.
Okay, but for real, it's like a cute little item thing in VTube Studio that you could just like pop on.
Nice.
Okay. Can y'all imagine Jen using all the sounds that we exposed here and putting it in her stream at one time or another?
Oh,
Like
I hate to tell y'all something, but I know not only would Jen be pushing all them buttons, but I know about 4 or 5 other people that be pushing all them buttons once they found them.
6 if you include my crazy ass.
True. And then you'll just have me sitting in the production booth wondering why we did this in the first place.
Oh, you wouldn't wonder that. You'd be in on the fun. You wouldn't be wondering that. You'd be in on the fun, and you know it. Especially when I get a chance to upload the
Tiger uppercut,
the sound base.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's pretty much gonna be those that people redeem or what I'm about to send on.
Oh Lord.
What in the hell are you doing now?
That's one of the redeems that always gets played on my stream.
Oh yeah.
You
know
the one. You know the one.
I know that one.
So in other words, she's gonna give you a
yeah, there's gonna be a few big old Hadokens coming, I'm sure.
All for a few of these. You get one of these, and you get one of these. Or this.
Gotta love Super Mario.
Which one? You know which one's my favorite out of the Super Mario group?
What's that?
3.
Yeah, I can see that.
Super Mario 3.
I can see that.
Because I could never beat the son of a bitch.
Oh man, I grew up with Super Mario.
Because I could never beat the son of a bitch, no matter how much I tried.
Yeah, I know. I grew up with Super Mario. I grew up with Sonic.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
I'm old school.
I'm old school myself. I know I got Sonic in here somewhere. Actually, you know what? Let me throw this salute to everyone that has beaten any kind of disease, myself included, for beating cancer.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what challenge you faced, if you're still standing, remember the immortal words of Nationals manager Dave Martinez.
We stayed in the fight. We won the fight.
Yep. I'm with that.
Win the fight every day, folks. Win the fight every day. And remember, there's one thing they're warning you about us.
They're not trying to come here to fit in. They're coming to take over.
Better believe it.
Stephen A got that one right. Yeah. Years
in place. This is now in place, ladies and gentlemen. This is the business plan that I wrote out and printed out for season 30. And all of it's going to be executed while I'm telling everybody what's going on. We got the Boston Sports Hub,
which I'm going to be heading up, and like I've been saying, probably end up broadcasting at least 1 or 2 games a week, knowing my schedule.
We got the Chicago Sports Hub with Vikalach opening things up. And I kind of did a thing.
Again. Now what'd you do?
This.
Hey.
Game plan for 2025-26 for Snowman Sportsnet.
Which means there's going to be a lot of articles going up online, and yours truly will be behind the keystrokes of a few of them.
Let me show you what I got. Let me show the folks what I got in mind here.
A little BTS for everybody, since it is the end of season 11.
Yes, it is. And Jen's going to help me and Don both be popular VTubers. Good Lord in heaven.
Us VTubing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I am putting it out there. Snowman in the Morning is coming to Twitch. Snowman in the Morning is coming to Rumble. It's going to stay here on YouTube, but it's coming to those 2 platforms. Of course, we got all our radio stations that are going to be involved in this too. And I have one person to thank for knocking some sense into my head and me finally using it.
Mm-hmm.
And the person is the woman I married, Jody.
Yep. Wait a minute. Does that mean I'm going to have to be flipping my Twitch on 5 days a week now, too?
Yes. Now.
Oh, I'm going to be busy.
Here's the first
Don,
thing
if
we got
you
in
thought
mind.
that was bad, just wait till I turn you into a VTuber.
Oh, hell!
I can't wait for Jen to turn my crazy ass into a VTuber.
Oh, trust me.
Because
Trust me, I am more than willing to help you with that.
I appreciate it.
She's already halfway tempted to try to find something from me, for crying out loud.
Oh, you know I'm already on the hunt to find something fancy for you, Don.
Oh, hell, man.
And if she finds something fancy for Dawn, then my crazy ass is going to be even fancier. And I know this.
Pretty much.
I
Well,
found a
Don's
niche.
character is a mafia Don in our universe, so
Hey,
he's
I
gotta look
want that
fancy.
shirt. Okay. Then I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
What?
Okay.
If Dog Hair is the mafia Don, then I'm going to invoke a nickname that Victor bestowed on me.
Which is?
Kingpin.
All I
Man.
can think of is Kingpin from Spider-Verse. I'm sorry.
That could be
Think
entertaining.
Daredevil.
Ooh, I know right
Think
where you're going with
that
that.
kind of Kingpin. Because
I know
because beginning Monday, and this is a promise this is a promise I'm laying on everybody. I'm going to come in here suited and booted and ready to go.
I can see where you're going with that
I'm
one.
going to be the Kingpin.
Man, I see where you're going with that.
So here's what we got on tap for this season. Don, you ready?
Try me.
Now, I haven't shown you all these, and there's a person I need to thank by the name of Tom D'Alfonso who put the graphic identity together.
I know Tommy D. I've known
All right,
that
you ready?
cat for years. Try me.
You ready?
Try me.
Here we go. This is the first one.
Yep, the SEC one. We're gonna have a lot of SEC coverage this year.
Oh, that's not all. Some of these folks I didn't bestow upon my partners because I was just in the lab busy.
Yeah, there's a lot of this stuff I'm just seeing for the first
We
time.
got this.
Oh, Blake and Droid are gonna love that one.
Yeah, we're gonna
They're heading up our
feature the
Big Ten coverage.
We're gonna feature the Big Ten. And speaking of Blake and Droid,
Yes. Since they're not here to see this either.
Nope. Decided to include this.
Yo, that's not tight, dude. I like that.
Blake and Droid will be in charge of the Big 12.
I like that.
And now, since I'm revealing things, I wanted to do this on Monday, but I know we're going to be talking a lot of baseball on Monday and a lot of football as well.
Since
With
it's leading up
football-
to the All-Star game.
Leading up to the All-Star game. This next one is for you.
Oh. Yo. All right. I'm gonna have to brush up on my Big East. I'm gonna have to brush up on my Big East basketball. Okay. I got that. I got that.
Well, I'm not done.
Oh, hell.
I'm not done. All right, you ready?
Try me.
Because I didn't show you this one.
Oh. What are you doing? Oh, we're even throwing ACC in the mix?
We're throwing the ACC in the mix. It's an area I'm familiar with after living in Carolina for 2 years.
Man, I think we're both a little familiar with that because I know the ACC runs up this way too.
Mm-hmm. Boston College, baby.
Yes, sir.
And that's part of that's part of your area.
Yep. Hey, speaking of somebody
Hey,
that's
here's Victor.
playing- Yo, Vic,
What
welcome
up,
to the
man?
chaos.
What's up?
You're not seeing things where you got a little threefold going on. Vic, meet Jen.
Hi.
Oh my God! Hi, Jen.
That's the queen.
Hello.
That's the
That's
queen,
the
Jen.
queen we keep talking about and
This is
promoting.
the
I
queen.
don't think we've gotten
pin.
to talk before. Hi.
This is the queen.
It's an honor
uh,
to meet you.
Victor,
It really is.
she's gonna help me become a big time VTuber, and I already
me
got the
take this
character
away.
I'm gonna use.
Nice.
Think Daredevil.
Okay.
And
Kingpin.
yeah, thank you. That's the character I want. And that's the character Victor bestowed upon me. Now, I'll tell you how Victor gave me that nickname before I reveal everything else I got on tap for. We got on tap for the Snowman Sportsnet. I did a football game. I was PA announcer for a football game. Victor was hanging out with me at my parents' house, and I didn't know what to wear. I said, Victor, you head to the field. I'll be behind you. Zipped in the shower, got out. I threw on a shirt and tie. I came outside, and Victor nearly dropped. I'm like, what? He says, I'm looking at a kingpin. That's how I got my name.
Game over.
Okay. There's one more. There's one more. You ready?
Yep.
Try me. Ooh, Mountain West.
Mountain West After Dark.
Nice.
I like that.
And I will say this now, beginning in 2026, we're going to add something familiar.
Being?
The Pac-10.
Ooh.
Okay.
I like that.
What are some of your favorite games, Jen, that you play?
Oh, okay.
Marvel Rivals.
That's one.
That's one of them. Fortnite.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she's a Fortnite mistress. Believe me.
I have played some Rocket League before as well, believe it or not.
Mhm.
In fact, I think one of your co-hosts, Snowman, he used to be my Rocket League coach.
That'd be the one and only Droid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Droid. When Droid and I were working with Spire, an esports org, he was heading up their Rocket League side, while I was heading up their iRacing side.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we kind of had our hands in a few different jars on that one.
So
I have not heard that name in so long.
So named a couple of games that my buddy plays on Xbox.
Yeah.
Names Blake York. We call him Cap.
Mm-hmm.
Stop the cap.
My friend Napoleon says that all the time in Marvel Rivals when there's an enemy Captain America.
Yeah, stop.
Then I got a present for you.
Oh my word! I know where you're going. I'm already there.
Hey, Jen.
Yeah.
Tell him this.
Stop the cap.
Nice.
I love it.
Couple it with this.
You fool! No,
Stop the cap.
Oh,
I know a sound she can invoke.
What?
When dealing with haters. This one.
Why the f you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my gosh. Stop f***ing lying.
Nice. Nice.
Or while I'm pushing buttons over here.
Or it could be, you big dummy.
Oh, we already did that one.
We
already did that one. Two more presents for Jen. This one.
Nice.
God.
And Victor's favorite.
Delete! 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 Delete!
Oh, broken Matt Hardy. So much fun.
When you basically one-shot somebody, just delete.
Yes. When Jen one-shot somebody, put this behind me.
Delete! 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 Delete!
Oh, if only I could one-shot people in Rivals. Not even Black Widow can one-shot people with a headshot, and she's a sniper.
Yeah, that's because it's a bitch that one-shot somebody in Rivals.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, no, Hawkeye can do it, no problem. Hawkeye can. Widow can't.
Well, whatever kill you make.
That's the
Oh, darn it. Wrong button. It should have been this one.
Delete! 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 Delete!
And your opponent goes.
Oh, hell no!
Yep.
Then the next thing you know, you're making all the video compilations on YouTube.
And you can add this to the party, courtesy of Don.
You're screwed. Yeah, you're totally screwed.
Oh my god, SMG4, yes. I
Yeah.
love SMG4.
Yeah. I was
There was
actually
one
trying to
show.
find...
There was one show we were doing, and I beat Don to that button, and he was cracking up.
I'm literally looking at it as soon as it gets pressed. I'm like, son of a bitch actually beat me to it. Because
All
we
right,
had the
last
exact
thing.
same thought.
Yes. All right, here we go. I am going to reveal the new logo for Snowman in the Morning. Again, courtesy of Tom Delfonso.
Tommy D.
And I think you guys are going to like it.
Try me.
Now, you know the original with the microphone and the title of the show.
Yep.
Well, good old Tom decided to include a couple of things and tie it in to all the other logos to make the brand one.
Try me.
Ready?
That's it.
Set. Go.
Yo.
Oh,
I like that.
sweet.
That's clean.
That is clean.
This
I
is
like
the
that right
sleekest
there.
version of the Snowman in the Morning logo I have ever had, including the ones I created over the years.
Man, we're gonna have to put that on some gear.
Way ahead of you, partner.
Damn
Way
it, get out of my
ahead
head. Get out of my head.
Me and videos.com, spelled VIDDYOZE.com, when I create my account there, and it'll be free for 7 days. That gives me 7 days to come up with the monthly cost for it, which I will, because I'm doing the Astros tonight, the Fever tomorrow. I think it was Rhino who asked me when's the next Fever game. It is tomorrow at 3:05 against the Los Angeles Sparks.
Yes.
And if the Fever play anything like they did last night, the Sparks are going to get obliterated. And I'm hoping Caitlin Clark comes back for that game.
Yes.
So she can help obliterate them. Now, a couple comments. Let's go into the Fanatics feedback zone. Play-by-Play has a question for Jen, and it's this.
Huh?
Do you have a favorite streamer?
Oh. Honestly, like, I don't really have one favorite. I have a few favorites, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
No
Okay.
surprise. No surprise. Most of them are VTubers.
Yep. Yeah. And somehow we've become a favorite of hers because of all the shit that we talk to her and about her. Listen, she from the first time she told Dog not to publish or excuse me, promote what she's doing. And of course, Don disobeyed. Came on here,
Bad dog.
top of the first hour and promoted it anyway. Jen's laughing and throwing bonk sticks all over the place.
I was like,
I was 6'9", but I kept getting knocked down to about 6'4" because I kept getting railroad spiked.
I'm at a full 6'5" right now, but I got the feeling her bonk sticks, along with the ones I'm going to get from my kids for their birthdays, I'm going to give them, will knock me down a couple of inches also. I mean, hell, I got tickled to death when I took my wife out for lunch for her birthday because she was giddier than all get out, which I love doing. You guys know I love my family, which is the biggest reason why I do this, why I'm coming back from cancer, from blood clots in both lungs, kidney failure, stretching my legs out, everything. All right? They're the reason I'm here. And remember,
they're not trying to come here to fit in. They're coming to take over.
When did you get that?
What?
When did you get that? I remember that. Oh my god, I have
what this one?
They're not trying to come here to fit in.
Yes,
they're coming to take over.
Yes, I remember.
When he was talking about the Brooklyn mess.
Yeah, I remember that rant.
Like
a decade ago.
When he was talking about the Brooklyn mess.
Yes.
When they first moved from New Jersey, and they haven't done a doggone thing since they've been in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
They're not trying to come here to fit in. They're coming to take over.
That sounds like something else that needs to go on the soundboard. Well, this is what happens.
Again with that laugh.
Again, this is what happens when I open my mouth and we end up coming up with ideas, and next thing you know, it either turns into a graphic or it actually happens later on.
We'll get to the graphics in a minute. JJ has a question for Dog here. How about you? Who's your favorite VTuber? Well, she's right there.
Okay, let's make this even harder then. Okay. You're not allowed to say me.
Oh shit.
Well, when it comes down to the world that this one deals with, obviously I'm involved in that up to my eyeballs.
Yes,
But
and
other
now
than
I'm
that-
into it up to my chest.
Now, outside of that, there's a few people I also mod for in their Discords as well that are streaming friends of mine. My dude DLB TV,
Right,
he does a
right.
lot of iRacing stuff. My dude,
I love DLB. Love DLB.
My dude Shelfie, who does a lot of MLB The Show. He's kind of the reason I got into that when I was playing it. You know,
Yeah.
he's amazing. My dude Dan.
Yeah.
There's a few other people that I kind of keep an eye on, but mainly it's the ones that I actually personally know that I will always keep track of.
Yeah. Me, a lot of YouTubers are my favorite, including this guy,
my Shelfie.
This guy, play by play with JJ, always, and I'm so honored to be his mentor, because when he first got started, he leaned on me for advice. And Napoleon's in the building. Is that
yes, Nap? It is.
Hi, Napoleon.
Napoli, it is.
We kind of
It's
got to wrap in
Napoleon.
a little.
It's Napoleon, not Napoleon.
I know.
We kind of wrapped up. We kind of got this wrapped up at the start.
Yeah.
And play by play brings up another one that's on the Twitch side, Iron Mouse.
Speaking of Iron Mouse, she actually recently had a meet and greet in partnership with Sega. And she got to commission an official Hatsune Miku cosplay as her mom.
Sega!
I know, right?
Here's some of my favorite YouTubers, and a couple of them are here. This fellow right here, because he leans on me for advice and I lean on him for advice. He got burned out one time and he called me and he said, I don't know what to do. I said, step away, give your brain a break, and then come back and see what happens, because I got started at 23 years old and I burned myself out very quickly, but somehow I worked through it. I started in 1995 with my first game. 1996 gave me my first show at Chicago State. By 1999, I was questioning what the hell I was doing, and I didn't realize I had burnout. So by that time, I had moved to Dayton, and by the Columbus, I beg your pardon, Columbus, Ohio. And when I got to Columbus, Ohio, the itch came back.
Mm-hmm.
It was on from there.
Yeah.
Another favorite of mine, this fellow right here, the Rising Rhino. And I found him by accident. I was in JJ's stream one time when he was calling a Phillies game, and I discovered Rising Rhino and like, who the hell is Rising Rhino? So I went and checked out his stuff. Yeah, I subscribed within a minute.
Right.
I subscribed to him within a minute. This fellow right here, I just subscribed to him, our big time Jayhawk fan. Blake, I hope you saw the logo I revealed for the Big 12.
Right.
Because you guys are going to be quite busy.
Yeah.
And play by play, I mean it. I mean every word. I mean every word of it. When I watch all these guys, the Dixon way, Larry Dixon, excellent YouTuber and a very, very dear friend. When I see them on BGS Itmore, AB Media 83, Charles Faulkner, who, let's pray him up, just got released from the hospital. So he's back in business. Matter of fact, you know what got Charles into doing this? A conversation that he, I, and our good friend Matthew Granahan had about men's rights and men's paternity rights. It was only supposed to be a 30-minute conversation for Matt's podcast. You know how long that lasted? 3.5 hours.
Well, I mean, it's going to happen like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
that happened when I met this fellow right here in the middle, courtesy of the Dark Knight, LaShawn Encarnacion.
Yep, I remember.
Sean said, I think he'd be good for your company. And at the time, I had so many doubts because I was living with a roommate that was constantly tearing me down and telling me I'll never succeed. And that sumbitch told me that I needed to include him to make him successful. When I met Shane and the Voodoo told me that, I was so pissed off. But I wanted to put on a good face for Shane, even though I was crying. So me and Shane talked for about 120 minutes.
Yeah.
We laughed. We cried. I told him what was going on with me. And Shane said, stick with me. I'll get you out of the doldrums. That Monday, I was back on. Up in the bedroom where I was staying. Voodoo wanted me to do it downstairs in the back room. Victor, you remember the back room I told you about in the house?
Remember.
He wanted me to do it there so he could watch me.
Oh, God.
Fuck that. I stayed upstairs with the door locked.
Right.
And did the show. And then 2 days later, I had the dog on my show. And by the time I moved to LaPorte, Indiana, dog was saying, if you need me to step in for you, I got you. I said, no, you're not going to step in for me. You're going to step in with me. And since then, dog has been a regular. Even though we've known each other 12 years, the last 9, dog has been a regular part of the show. And I love you for that.
Gonna make me cry, dude. Shut up.
Hey, gratitude is where it belongs. And speaking of gratitude, this fellow from Chicago, Victor Locke, as he's known as. 2001, I met him at Chicago State. He was just wandering around, wondering, what the fuck am I doing? I grabbed him.
Here?
Exactly. He was wondering, what the fuck am I doing? Am I here to please my parents or am I here to please myself? I grabbed him. I said, Victor, we're going to go for a ride. Victor looked at me and went, oh, shit. Didn't tell him what kind of ride till we got to the arena. Did the first game, and Victor looking at me like, what the hell are you trying to do to me? You'll understand later. Later that year, we had an All-Star game at Chicago State. I was chosen to be the public address announcer, but I was also told by my boss at the radio station that I needed to call the game. Now what? Then Victor happened by. Ding, ding. Victor, you're going to help me with something. And Chuck, and remember Chuck was with us?
Yep.
Because
it was actually that was our first 3-man cell.
Yes.
Me.
Yes, it was.
Chuck. And then Chuck had to take care of other stuff at the radio station. So then Derek came on.
Yep. Oh God, the adventures we had with Derek. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was Victor's first game, and Victor wanted to kill me. Victor wanted to what did you just put me through? Nothing. Yeah, I tried walking away, and Victor spun me around, trying not to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
But in all seriousness, for the last 25 years, this man has been there for me. Through my divorce, through my divorce, through me trying to find out what the hell I wanted to do, to me calling my first baseball game alone at Chicago State. He's been with me through my broadcast troubles, my different directions. He's been with me through my life troubles. And one trouble in particular that I have to speak about where Victor was there for me was June 12th, 2007. Anybody who knows me knows how significant that date is.
Mm-hmm.
On that day, I lost my father.
Yeah.
To prostate cancer. And I was a wreck. Because I lost my hero. Why we were watching basketball at that? Why we were watching basketball? He passed away peacefully. He had a no resuscitate order. So I died with a part of me was gone when my hero died while we were doing something we both love, which was talking and breaking down games. Victor's been with us when my dad broke down games with us.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
Well, if we're gonna be
that day, that day, like I said, I was a wreck. Victor didn't know about it until 5 days later on Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to go anywhere.
And we had a work out chunk.
We did.
And I told him, I said, the last thing you need to be at this point
Is
is
alone.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget it because I locked myself in my apartment for 4 days. I didn't do anything. And when Victor said the last place you need to be is alone, I geared up and I drove to Ho Chunk. And I'm setting my gear up. I'm getting ready for my first game, which was 30 minutes behind Victor's game. And Victor, you made an announcement on the mic at your field.
Yeah. I basically said, folks, I know we're out here to celebrate the fathers that are here, and unfortunately the fathers that have gone way too soon. I want you to go over to field 1 because I was doing field 3.
Yeah, you were on field 3.
I said, I want you guys to, take a stroll over to field 1 and cheer my brother Snowman up as he just lost his father recently. And I also want to have a moment of silence for the fathers that are no longer here.
Well, since we're giving flowers and everything, I got 2 sets of flowers of my own. And the first one goes to the one on my left. Yes, boss man. First set of flowers I've got for you. The 12 years I've known and the 9 I've been on this show have been nothing short of magical for me. There have been so many connections I have made through this show. So much I have actually learned underneath this tree of yours that it's never going to be replaced. And I call you boss man with nothing but love, admiration, and respect. Because you truly are the boss man of this show. I'm just running it the way you would when you're not around. We've come up with so many brilliant ideas that it's almost like we're reading each other almost. And, like I said, my first set of flowers, man, I've got there for you, man. And the other set of flowers I've got, she's going to kill me. Sorry, Jen. The second set of flowers I've got is yours.
God damn it.
We're coming up on 2 years, and it's not often I throw around family titles, but you are a little sister to me.
And to me.
You put back a spark that I thought I lost when I'm doing these intros for you, because I get to have a chance to cut loose, I'm bringing something back to life. And I have so much enjoyment just fucking around with this, just enjoying doing what I'm doing. Whether it's just me doing a little 3-minute thing or Boss Man and I going for 25 minutes. I have so much fun doing this. I mean, it's letting me kind of live out something. And there was a reason I fought so hard to get you into Spire at the first point. I was the one helping dogfight that. I knew there was something that you had, and seeing everything grow, whether it's been the community, yourself personally, everything. It's been a joyride. And I ain't jumping off anytime soon, trust me.
You better not.
I hate to tell you something, but you're stuck with me.
You better not jump off, man.
You're stuck with me, kiddo. You're stuck with me.
And you're stuck with all of us, dog.
As long as you stop stealing my girls, Dawn. I need my protectors, damn it.
Hey, you're the one who of them in the work for me, so come on now. But just gotta say thank you to both of you.
Yeah. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody that tunes into this show. And one person I really appreciate, and I'm going to tell her on air, is Allison Moran.
Mm-hmm.
Allie has just been a doll.
Yeah.
For me and to me the last 14 years. I can't believe I've known her that long. But I'll tell her. I'll tell her the rest on. I'll tell her the rest on the air. I'll tell you, and we'll show you two of the reasons I keep fighting. I go back to the week I lost Dad. June 12th, he passed away. 5 days later, it was Father's Day. 8 days after that, June 25th, was his birthday. And there's a certain pretty lady that I cannot do without, where we use that day, June 25th, to honor him and to honor us. And Jen, this is the first time you're seeing her.
Oh.
That is Jody.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
That she is. That is my beautiful Jody. That is the reason I keep fighting every day. Now, you want to see a real pretty picture that we took 2 years ago at Soldier Field.
Oh.
And believe me, Victor knows, he was there with us, went through hell that day.
Oh, yeah.
We went through hell that day. Here's a fun one to show since I'm giving props to my wife. Let me see if I can flip this one. The night we crossed over from Virginia to North Carolina. Jody says, let's take a picture next to the sign. You know, I couldn't resist that.
Right.
Jumped out of the car. And I got a funny story to tell you about the car that she had. She had a Mitsubishi Mirage. And it was pink.
Mm-hmm.
My ass is 6'5". When Jody showed up, when we met for the first time, and I looked at this car, I looked at her and she looked at me. I said, how the hell am I going to get in this thing? And Jody's response like this, oh, we're just going to have to origami you in the thing. What? Never forgot it. This is my daughter, Cheyenne.
Oh, she's lovely.
She is a birthday girl next Friday.
I'll be right back. Emergency phone call just came up.
Go.
All right.
Go.
Okay.
Go. Okay. And Jen's never seen me in action. She will now. This is from Gamebridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis.
Oh, my goodness.
Covering the Spurs and the Pacers for Spurs Radio.
Cool.
And this is me meeting one of my heroes, Mr. Wayne Larrabee.
Ooh.
That was 2013 at Butler at Hinkle Fieldhouse. And I had gone there to visit my daughter, Donna, which briefly happened until family got involved. More on that later. Here's a little fellow who is now a big fellow that we had once upon a time. This is Colt.
Oh, he's precious.
That is Colt. Let's see. While I'm showing off, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
That's everybody.
That's the whole family.
That's the crew.
You're all so precious together.
That's the crew. Those are the kiddos and my beauty. And the other reason I keep doing this is the one I wanted to get to. Vic, you were there when my dad died. You were also there when this pretty lady was born. But you were also there 8 years after my dad died when I lost this precious little one.
Yeah.
That is Donna. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. There you go. That is Donna. She was born March 6, 2013, and she passed away March 9th, 2015.
Oh.
Want a reason to fight? I got a few of them. I got quite a few of them. This was the day I was in the hospital in 2021 with blood clots in both my lungs. That is when my hell started. And then a month later got whacked with the news about cancer. But I'm still here. I am going to keep fighting. And I got a present for Victor here. Victor, does the name Sean Elliott mean anything to you?
Yes, it does.
I never showed you this picture. Bingo.
Yo.
The Sean
Elliott.
6'8" out of Arizona, a legendary San Antonio Spurs player. Yes, I've taken pictures with Star. Oh, here's a cute picture I know Jen will enjoy. When we were living in North Carolina, we wanted to see the ocean. Jody wanted to go to the ocean one day, and I'm loading up to go to work in my office. She says, "Shut that shit down. We're going to the ocean today." And bingo. Colder than shit that day because it was October at the time. But we didn't care. We got to the ocean. Yeah, I'm sharing some memories, folks. Oh, here's a fellow I know. This guy just recently retired. Bill Schoenig, longtime voice of the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh.
Shared a mic with him and shared 2 games with him in person. Oh, I gotta show this one. This is Ferguson, my son's dog.
Aww.
He frightened the daylights out of me when I first met him because I stood up in fright because I haven't seen a big dog like that before. Because growing up in Chicago, Victor, as you know, big dogs usually are poised for attack.
Yep.
This guy stood on his hind legs and wanted to give me a hug.
Yep. That's a Goldie, isn't it? Golden Retriever?
That is I forgot the breed.
Okay.
I forgot the breed.
Because I'm like, Golden Retrievers are absolutely lovable balls of fluff.
Man, this Rhodesian Ridgeback is what my son's dog
Oh,
is.
okay. Okay.
He's a Rhodesian Ridgeback. And yeah, thinks he's a lap puppy. My lap. Whenever he said, tell you it's funny, we drove up from North Carolina to visit Dakota here in Indiana. He wanted to talk to Jody because he was there before I was. Okay. So they're talking in his bedroom. I'm fast asleep outside in this beautiful 7.5-foot lounge chair that Dakota had. I feel Lucy, my little dog, on my right. And I turn to my left and I see this big nose right here. I'm like, yeah. And Fergie looks at me and says, "What are you doing, Grampy? I want to sleep with you too. I ain't got enough room." You know that dog didn't care.
Right.
Dog climbed right up into the chair, and now I'm surrounded.
Mosh pit.
Yep. Little dog on my right, big fat Rhodesian Ridgeback. He ain't fat, I'm just saying. Little dog on my right, big dog on my left. Which for a while was Lucy and Colt. Because when I had Colt, Jen, let me tell you this. When we had Colt, Lucy would monitor everybody in the house. Okay. She would just run around and all that stuff. I had to put Colt under me with a leash that's stronger than a steel rod. Man, many memories.
I hear you, man.
And over the past 11 years, everybody that's been in the chat for one time or another, everybody that has been on air with us, including Jen today, and including Ali Moran, who we'll have in about 20 minutes to talk all sorts of women's sports. It wears me out, but I say thank you all. That's all I can say. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for continuing to be here. And dog, thank you for the flowers.
Deserved, man.
Because what y'all taught me is to just continue to show up every day. I can't tell you some of the hellacious stories I've shared on this show over the past 11 years. I drink to you guys.
Aww.
Then you got this one on the far right. Who has given me the same warning she constantly gives dog about no promotion.
Yet again. Here we are.
You know I don't listen. My wife says that to me all the time. You just don't listen, do you? I do listen. No, you don't. Why? Because if you listen, the Colts will be winning right now.
Rule 2, anybody? Like I said, rule 2.
And 1.
Yep. Exactly.
And 1.
Exactly. Oh,
I know. She says it to me all the time. You don't listen, do you? Yes. No, you don't. Why? Because if you do, the Pacers would be winning.
Oy.
But when she threw that with me about the Colts, it just cracked me up and it distracted me.
Right.
But in all seriousness, thank you all for everything for the past 11 years. Like I said, you got this one over. You got this crazy one over here on the far right.
Yep.
As I said, she warns me every time. Look, I don't want you to promote me on your show. Why? Because you got your own shit to do. I know that.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. She keeps saying, don't do it. She keeps saying that. She keeps saying that. Don't do it. What do you think I do in the first 5 minutes?
We do it.
Anyway.
We keep doing it.
Where am I gonna keep doing it? Dag nabbit.
If you keep doing it, I'm gonna keep questioning why.
No, you're not.
Because you deserve it.
No, you're not. No, you're not. I'll tell you 2 reasons. 1, you enjoy it too much. And 2, it makes you laugh. And 3, it makes her load up on bonk sticks like she throws a dog at me like a Nolan Ryan 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, I can't duck it fast enough.
I just catch them. I just catch them in midair. I try to catch all of them, but I can't leap like George Kittle and snatch one out of the air against 3 Patriots.
True.
Shut up, Phoenix. No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Thank you.
No.
She deserves the support. Yes, she does.
No.
You know why? You know why? You're doing the same thing that we do for the fans. You're making us laugh and you're making us support you, which we gladly do anyway. Which we gladly do anyway. Can you come show me a little done?
Pretty much.
Listen, can you come support my done?
Yeah. Any chance you guys could? They're right there.
The last time me and Don did an intro for Jen, we'll take this to break. Last time me and Don did an intro for Jen, it was for her SummerSlam 5-day event.
25 minutes later.
25 minutes. I mean, every time, and I had to think of a shtick I wanted to use. So Don gets started. Of course, I do snoring. I snore like the commissioner, right? Get rid of that. every time Don gets ready to introduce Jen, I'm going, time.
Mind you, for something different, I was actually standing up the entire 25 minutes.
Yes.
But hang on a second. By the final 5 minutes, I was leaning on this. The only way I could actually keep myself upright was actually leaning on a cane.
Because I threw everything and more at Don.
Even the kitchen sink?
Better than the kitchen sink. I kept throwing penalty flags.
Just like, anyway, welcome. Time.
Penalty flags, challenge flags.
And by the third time I said time, Jen lost it.
The second time, everyone else in the chat lost it.
I think these guys in your podcast need to hear it too. Can we get a reenactment of that bit?
Time?
Why not? Let's take a piece of that. Let's take a piece of that intro to break, and we'll bring another piece back before we bring Allison in. Let's do it. Go, take it.
All right, I gotta hear this.
Where did you want to start with this? I mean,
just like pretend you're about to. Just like pretend you're about.
Start from the beginning. I'll count us down here, folks. This is only a part of the intro we did for me and for Jen that me and Dog put together in 3, 2, and 1.
So we're here early this morning. We got a special little opening going on. And the damn door's stuck again. I need some WD-40 over here. Doors keep sticking. Wait a minute. Who the hell is snoring in my office again? Hang on a second here. Hey, who's blocking my door? Wake up in there.
Shut up. I'm sleeping.
Kamish, you're on the wrong show again.
What the hell you telling me I'm on the wrong show? I'm sleeping, you idiot.
You're on the wrong show. That's later.
Are you trying to kick me out of here again?
Well, I got an introduction to do here. What are you doing here?
Why haven't you done it yet?
Because I just got here and the door was stuck because you're up against it.
Well, you're late. Get the hell out of here.
How am I late when I'm the one that's doing this?
You're not the one doing this. I'm doing this.
And at least move so I can sit down and get everything set up.
All right, fine.
Take my chair, take over my office, man. Let's see how it goes. Hey, no sleeping. I got to introduce somebody that can hear your snoring on the microphone.
Well, then hurry up.
I'm working on it here. Jeez. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to...
Time! Time.
Really?
Time.
Really? We're doing this already?
Got to fix the computer. Hold on a minute.
And yes, by the way, these are my actual reactions as it was going on.
Yes. Yes.
My hand, me throwing my hands up the whole 9 yards. This was actually my actual reactions.
Yes.
And me trying to stifle my laughter.
Okay. You can go now.
Here? Are we good here? Are we good? All right. Thank God. As I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
Pause. Time. Penalty flag on the field.
What
now?
All-Star. Offense.
Oh, no.
5-yard
How
penalty.
did I get hit with a false start?
Now, as I said, false
I'm
start.
the one that's trying to do this thing. There ain't no false
Offense.
start.
5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Ref, you need new eyeballs.
I don't need new eyeballs, you asshole.
Yes, you do. Anyway, can I finally get this going? Anyway.
Dog.
What?
What the hell are you doing?
I'm trying to get an introduction going here. It's VTuber SummerSlam. I'm trying to do this thing here.
But that's my chair.
Kamish was in your chair. This is my chair.
Move your Rudy Poo candy ass out of my chair.
You ain't no Dwayne Johnson.
I will chop you straight in the neck. Now move your ass.
What am I supposed to sit in? The commissioner already took you.
Use that microphone, you dummy.
Who are you calling a dummy, Red Fox?
You dummy. Now hurry up. Let's get this thing started.
I'm working on it. Everyone keeps interrupting me.
And the reactions you see from me from everything I throw at the crew are my reactions. I just can't put them on the microphone yet.
Oh my
And
god.
we've already got everybody cracking up. And mind you, this went on for another.
Keep going. Keep going.
Can we finally get this going?
Well, hurry up, man.
I'm working on it. As I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Time out. Time out.
Really?
Oh,
Although
no.
Cochran's in here now, too. I thought I locked the freaking door.
Will you quit talking about freaking? Nobody wants to hear about your sex life in here.
Really?
Sir.
Really?
You're the one that uttered the phrase, not me. I'm just monitoring for FCC rules.
To hell with the FCC.
What are you trying to do anyway?
I'm trying to introduce Jen for her stream there, Chief.
Why haven't you done it yet?
Because I keep getting interrupted.
Oh, that's what she said.
Lord have mercy.
Really? We're going there now.
You
We're
went that
going
first.
there.
You're the one talking about the false start. No one wants to hear about your sex life in here.
I quit.
We'll stop there. This shit went on for 20 minutes.
Yep. 20 minutes.
Jen tried.
Poor Jen.
Jen tried so hard to stifle her laughter.
Everybody, we had like 7 people in the VC. They all tried and failed.
Yes.
Lost it. Phoenix lost it. Napoleon lost it.
Napoleon was a dead duck. Who else? Who else was
Phoenix
there?
was in there. He was fried.
Oh, Phoenix was on the floor.
Yeah, he was
Okay?
gone.
Phoenix was gone.
It was done. It was over.
Mind you, folks, we keep changing the intro.
Yeah.
I've done 3 of them now with you.
Something like that, yeah.
3 of them now. And they get even more legendary every time because we keep adding shit to it.
When somebody gives us carte blanche to do something, that's fair warning that we're going to fuck shit up. And we tend to.
And I nearly missed the first one.
Yeah.
Because Jen was scheduled to go at 7:30 our time here. At 7:30.
Originally.
Dog
yeah,
gives me an alert saying the Queen's about to go in 5 minutes. Oh, fuck. I race in the bathroom, put water on my face. My wife wakes up, says, "Where are you going?" I have to do a podcast intro really quick. Really quick, my ass.
15 minutes later.
15 minutes later, Jen comes on laughing her head off.
And now when we actually do this, they're actually expecting it to go legendary.
Every time.
Yes. And
Every
they've done
time.
longer every time.
Yes.
Hey, when you put on a legendary show first time, you are like literally everybody expects you to just keep to that momentum.
Oh, yeah.
Every single time.
Oh, yeah.
And then we just keep expanding the momentum. And the next thing you know, we go 20
And we
minutes.
keep
Holy
throwing.
crap.
We just keep throwing stuff. I keep throwing stuff at Don because Don, the way we got the characters set up, Don just wants to get in, get the intro, and go.
Yep.
Then Jen gave carte blanche to both of us to fuck shit up.
And then that's when it turned lethal.
Mm-hmm. I even the second time in. I invoked this. I knew what I wanted to do to break Jen because she was really trying to hold it together when we were doing our second intro. I introduced this.
What in the all types of blue hell?
But I did it with the live. I did it live.
Yep.
Oh, dear.
Right. I did that one. I did that one live, and I also said that like 3 times, and each time I hear Jen snickering, trying not to laugh out loud.
Yep.
Oh, mercy.
And of course, Sick Diggy's trying to help with the comedy act today.
Oh, yeah. He's had a couple of throw an ad up there. Let's see what we got.
We've got these constant interruptions are brought to you by Yuck Mouth Dental Insurance. Either keep it minty fresh or keep it shut.
shut.
And
by bum leg orthopedic.
The only thing maintaining Snowman's ability to keep butts that burn leg orthopedic, folks. Oh my leg, oh my leg, oh my leg, oh my leg.
And the oh my leg one was with Victor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With Chuck.
Chuck, thank you.
Basically, we were talking about Philadelphia Eagles and Donovan McNabb. Donovan McNabb had this consistent need to play hurt. Like he would have like a damn near torn ACL.
And he's still playing.
He's still playing, right?
He's still playing.
And so it's like, well, how does that look? And Chuck was like, he'll step back to throw, get the first down, and as they're trying to go to the line of scrimmage, he's like, oh my leg, oh my leg, oh my leg, oh my leg, oh my leg. Sit, right.
Oh my leg, oh my leg, oh my leg.
And he's like, oh my leg, oh my leg, oh my leg, oh my leg.
Yep.
That's
how much fun have we had, Victor? How much fun have we had in 25 years?
Too much.
There's no such. There was a country song. I can't remember the artist. There's no such thing as too much fun.
There isn't.
All right, folks. Let's take our break. Final break of the day, and when we come back, the Winds will blow in Allison Mic Drop Moran. And I didn't get a chance to complete her intro, but for next season, she's going to have a kick-ass intro, and I'm going to make sure of that today. Third and final hour of Snowman in the Morning while I go refresh my coffee after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Now, I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix. And that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more.
Call 800-973-6121.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
No, what is that? What is that now?
That's Hatsune Miku.
Oh.
You telling me you don't know Miku?
I didn't know they had a stuffy for it on that whole setup.
If there's a stuffy, she'll find it.
Yeah, true.
There's a stuffy for everything.
Apparently.
Let's just quit talking about your sex life in here, talking about stuffing.
Oh,
Stuffing. And how would you know? Have you been in the windows again?
Have I been in the windows? What are you talking about, sir?
You're the one that's talking about sex lives.
You know,
I'm talking about one sex life, considering if there's not one there. He keeps bringing up bones.
God. I think we need a distraction from this.
I'll provide one. We owe you an ID. This is Snowman in the Morning, hour number 3.
This is WBWS-DB, Chicago. This is WJKS, Indianapolis. This is WSMM-DB, Indianapolis, Louisville, Cincinnati.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
And I believe somebody might have just blown in from the Windy City, which is also hosting its 3rd street race for NASCAR this weekend.
Yes. Street racing and Taste of Chicago in the same place? Yes.
We'll take all of that and then some. But first, we got a little bit of business to wrap up with season 11.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody
hey,
hit
Nick, you owe us a scoreboard, man.
I do. Let's go ahead and get it started since
there's a pretty lady from Chicago waiting for us. We better get this out of the way fast. And I got to create a graphic for this. It'll be one starting Monday. The scoreboard update, the Snowman scoreboard update is brought to you by SeatGeek, where fans can fan. Want a ticket to the street race in Chicago or Taste of Chicago or anything dealing with Chicago for this 4th of July weekend? Go to SeatGeek. Use the code Snowman to get $20 off of your first purchase. Vic, the scores, quick!
All right, let's go ahead and start it. We're going to go ahead and start on the WNBA since we had a game last night. Yesterday's games go like this. The Aces lose to the Indiana Fever 81-54. What a complete game by the Fever. Liberty beats the Sparks 89-79. The Storm beat the Dream 80-79. By a point, man.
Yes.
The Lynx beat the Mystics 92-75. And
the
Dallas
Lynx
Wings beat the Mercury 98-89. Baseball scores go this way.
Which way they go?
Hold on.
They went left to Albuquerque, George.
There we go. All right. Yesterday's games go this way. The Marlins beat the Twins 4-1. The Rockies lose a heartbreaker to the Rockies win, actually, over the Astros 7-6. The Astros lose a heartbreaker. The Nationals beat the Tigers 11-7. The Blue Jays beat the Yankees 8-5. The Mets beat the Brewers 3-2. The Angels beat the Braves 5-1. The Cubs, they win again 1-0 over the Guardians. The Giants beat the Diamondbacks 7-2. The Royals win against the Mariners 3-2. And the White Sox once again lose, this time to the Dodgers, to a tune of 6-2. Today's matchups are this. We're already top of the 4th. The Boston Red Sox are leading the Washington Nationals right now. Dog, who's on the bump for these two?
Currently up 2-0 for the boys from the Beantown. It's Lucas Giolito on the bump, being countered by Michael Soraka.
At 12:05, the Philadelphia Phillies, JJ's team, are taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Who's on the bump?
7-1 Andrew Abbott versus the 7-4 Jesus Luzardio.
rivalry as old as time. The Chicago Cubs are taking on the St. Louis Baseball Cardinals.
The 4-5 Miles McCullough versus the 5-3 Colin Ray.
And that will be in the Ivy of Wrigley Field. The New York Mets, we're taking the New York Yankees, the Battle of the Big Apple. Who's in the bump for 2:10 p.m.?
The Subway Series will kick off with the 1-1 Marcus Stroman versus the 0-0 Justin Hengeman.
The Seattle Mariners want to continue their winning ways, but they'll have to do it against the Pittsburgh Pirates at 3:10 p.m. Who's on the bump?
6-3 Bailey Falter versus the 7-4 Brian Wu.
The Minnesota Twins will be taking on them Rays from TB at 3:10 p.m. Who's on the bump?
7-7 Zach Littell versus the 3-7 Chris Paddock.
The Rey Mysterio San Diego Padres taking on the Texas Rangers at 5:40 p.m. Who's on the bump?
The 3-4 Kumar Rocker for Texas versus the 3-4 Randy Vasquez for San Diego.
The Angels from California, LA, or Anaheim, wherever you put them, will be taking on the Blue Jays of Toronto at 6:07. Who's on the hill?
The Angels have not announced who their starter is going to be yet, but the Blue Jays are throwing the 4-1 Eric Lauer.
The Motor City Tigers will be taking on the Cleveland Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Who's on the hill?
4-3 Reese Olson versus the 3-3 Slade Sassoni.
The Fish from Florida, the Marlins, are taking on the Milwaukee Brew Crew at 6:10. Who's on the bump?
Quinn Priestler at 6-2 versus the 4-8 Sandy Alcantara.
The Atlanta Braves, chop, 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 are taking on the Baltimore Orioles at 6:15. Who's on the hill?
4-7 Charlie Morton for the Baltimore versus the 3-6 Spencer Strider.
The Colorado Rockies host the Windy City White Sox, who are still trying to get their act together at 7:10. Who's on the hill for these two?
You got the 3-2 Adrian Hauser versus the 3-11 Antonio Senzela.
8:10 p.m. shows the Houston Astros.
Yeah, baby.
The L.A. Dodgers at 8:10 p.m. That's going to be a fight. Who's on the hill?
And I'm going to tell you right now, this one's going to be interesting. Lance McCullers Jr. is going to have himself a good game. He's on the hill for Houston versus the 6-2 Ben Saparis.
Ooh, that's a pitcher's duel, baby.
Troy's game to pick is at 8:40 p.m. It shows the Kansas City Royals taking on the Arizona Diamondback. Who's on the bump?
6-6 Chris Bubick for Kansas City versus the 3-4 Eduardo Rodriguez.
And the Athletics from Oakland will be taking on the San Francisco Giants at 9:05 p.m. for our nightcap. Who's on the hill?
I can't believe I'm saying this. It's the 0-5 Justin Verlander versus the 6-7 JP Sears.
That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one.
Those are games, those are your scores. And this has been your Snowman SeatGeek scoreboard update brought to you by SeatGeek, where fans can fan.
Use the code Snowman for $20 off of your first purchase. And for the final time in season 11, heading right into season number 12, we got this pretty lady. Allison Moran is here with us. What's up, Allie? Happy 4th of July.
And happy 4th. 3 cheers for the red, white, and blue.
How you doing, Allison?
Doing fantastic. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
All right. Terrific. Yeah, it's a great day in the city of Chicago. All I can say, and I pray that our democratic republic will hold for another year.
Here's hoping.
I love that. I'm going to make a sign of that for my office. May the Democratic Republic hold for another year.
Yes.
Right. If that don't tell you everything that's going on here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
It's all true. I was reading a story the other day about certain rights that are now being restricted from transgender athletes. As you know, Title IX, which gave everyone equal access regardless of sex, regardless of what gender you were.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were between genders as well, in one interpretation of the Constitution, which we all live by, there was a recent development with Leah Thomas. If you remember Leah Thomas,
Swimmer.
The swimmer who was swimming for the University of Pennsylvania, transgender athlete, used to swim for the men's team. What they did was set several different records and won the 2022 NCAA championship in the women's 500-yard freestyle. Just last week, the University of Pennsylvania voted to block transgender athletes from female sports teams and erase her records as part of an agreement with the Trump administration, i.e. the federal government. According to the Department of Education, the White House in March had cut off $175 million in federal funds for Penn related to the transgender athlete issue. And it's not clear yet whether that money is going to be restored. Talk about limiting the freedoms that we enjoy as Americans and as united under one flag. This is a true violation of rights. And
massively.
Yeah, there is, and it's impossible. I'll repeat Title IX. They prohibit sex-based discrimination at any academic institution that receives federal funding. And interestingly enough, now in February, President Trump signed an executive order titled, quote, "Keeping Men Out of Women's Sports," with the goal of banning transgender women from competing in women's sports. He said, and I quote, "With this executive order, the war on women's sports is over," the president said during a signing ceremony surrounded by dozens of women and some young girls in athletic uniforms. I happen to know some of them. And I stand in disagreement with most women who have organized on this issue. They feel that it gives some, how do I want to say, some unfair competition, whereas some studies actually say that if you are competing against a transgender athlete who has made the transition, who has completed the transition, it is no different than competing against somebody who has more size on you. You don't have because once you start that transition, you are no longer building that same kind of muscle that you would as a man, or as a woman. If you want to be honest about it, you'll have, if you're a man transitioning to a woman, you're going to have breasts. Your hips are going to fill out. You're not going to have the same amount of testosterone going into your system. Your hormones will make your body softer. It will make it develop in different areas. And this is backed by a scientific survey. While the research is admittedly limited, a 2017 review in the Journal of Sports Medicine found no direct or consistent research showing trans people having an athletic advantage in any way, shape, or form. And I'm going to agree with the Journal of Sports Medicine. And I believe that in all worlds, we were created to support one another, and we were also born to use our gifts to support the larger goal, which is in sports to go further, faster, and ultimately create a greater world for all of us. And I cannot even imagine what's going to happen in a world that is so narrow and so uninformed as to what is really going on with transgender athletes. It's a clear base of discrimination for one Leah Thomas and anybody else that goes into their footsteps. It's going to be an incredibly difficult time, not just for transgender athletes, but let me give you another scenario. What if a woman, like for example, a woman on a football team, that's happening more and more, and on the defensive line, what's going to happen? You can't compete in that sport if you have the muscles, if you're able to find a way around the competition. Kind of, I've used this example before, but Muggsy Bogues really made an impression on me when he was a basketball player, because he was
out of Wake Forest.
Yes, and I'm going, this guy's shorter than me, and he can figure out how to get to the basket and make the plays, and and I'm like, how far is this going to reach? Great
point.
Yeah. And so what's going to happen? You're going to have men as supposedly men as men, women as women. That's supposed to be equal, but it's not equal. It's not. If your body is actually feeling being woman, being man, you have to be who you are. And where in the universe is that going to happen?
Where in the universe is it going to be talked about aloud besides here?
That's a good
question. This is a subject. Allie and I, like I said, Allie and I have been friends for 14 years, and we've always talked about this because we were seeing that going on in Chicago. But it was so quiet and swept so far under the rug that anytime Allie and I met at Starbucks on State and Adams, and I set my show up, and we talked about it, we drew a crowd around us, lovers and haters alike.
Yep. And they would try and interrupt and distract.
Man, this is nothing. The interruptions we got there on State and Adams, holy cow! You thought we had started a fire in that joint.
Yeah, that's
the baristas were great. They said, "Talk about whatever you want to talk about. We'll listen." But we had a couple people. The second time we brought up the subject, and Allie was with me. The second time we brought it up, and we talked about it for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Examining all of the scenarios that could happen and may happen. We had a couple people saying, "Why are you bringing that bleep up on the air?" and walked off.
Yep.
Allie got furious. I said, and I looked at Allie and I said, "I'll handle this." I got up, walked to this guy, and I said, "Repeat your question, would you please?" He said, "Why are you talking about this? Nobody cares." I grabbed him by the shirt and said, "We do. That's why we're talking about it on the air live."
That's right.
And his eyes got this big. He said, "Y'all were live on the air with that?" Yep.
Yes.
You know what's crazy? That guy guy became one of my best friends, and he was a faithful tuner to the show. And then he heard the show. He heard Allie again. And then he contacted me and he goes, "Wow, you guys really dive deep into this." I said, "Isn't that what a sports show's supposed to do?"
What you're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
So you can look at every scenario for transgender athletes, every scenario. And these scenarios are going to continue to pop up. They're not going to go away.
No, they're
No. And the thing is, too, that there was also an even more recent study that that concluded the exact same thing as the 2017 review, and that yes, there are sex differences do develop following puberty, but many are, and I quote, reduced, if not erased, over time by gender-affirming hormone therapy. Yes.
Reduced and erased.
Yes.
Let me say those words again. Reduced and erased.
That's right. And no one is paying attention to this research.
We are.
Not at the administrative level of the federal government.
They'll never pay attention. They'll never pay attention to that because for two reasons. One, it affects their bottom line in terms of money, and two, it affects their bottom line in terms of votes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Find the lie.
During the midterm elections, you have to vote. And the only way, because basically what the Trump administration did with Title IX was to negate everything that the Biden administration did. And without merit to science, without looking at studies, just, God said that there's two sexes. I'm going, okay, then why are there so many people who feel the difference? I mean, they're nice people. They're God-fearing. They want to have children,
And they want to be in society just like the rest of us are in society.
And they only. I was at the Chicago Pride Parade on Sunday this year, and the thing is, the streets were lined 10 deep with advocates, with supporters like me, and Ally, ALLY, get it? And the thing is that if God made all these people, because this is supposedly like a religion-based thing, right? This is supposedly based on the Bible verse. God created man in his own image. God created man. God created woman. That's it. Okay. Then why are there so many people, not all, who feel differently about themselves? How many people have had surgical anomalies that have needed to choose one gender or another? This is the thing that all of that doesn't take into consideration.
Here's a what if they're being forced to have that surgery for one reason or another?
Right.
Not by, I'll repeat these three words until I'm blue in the face, not by choice.
Exactly. And the fact is, if the competition is the same, and the competition bears no more issues than taking one person, and saying, okay, this person's 6'3" competing against a 5'8" person. Okay. If it's no more different than that, what is wrong with that kind of competition?
6'3" against 5'8". Okay, let's go. If they're scared of that, let's go a little old school. 6'6" Michael Jordan against 7-foot Patrick Ewing. Right?
Or 7'6" Dikembe Mutombo.
Yeah. And folks, Mike did get his dunk on Dikembe Mutombo. Cost him a technical foul, but who cares?
Just to see him jump that high.
Just to see him jump over people. Okay.
Exactly.
You want a competition? How about this? 7'2" Kareem Abdul-Jabbar against 7'1" Robert Parrish. How do you like that? Apples?
There you go. Yeah.
5'3" Muggsy Bogues lobbing the ball to 6'10" Alonzo Mourning, or getting the pick from 6'7" Larry Johnson. God bless Larry Johnson. God bless that Charlotte Hornets team.
Amen.
Or who wants to, no one will talk about this either. There's a little fella by the name of Anthony Webb that played for North Carolina State. Y'all know him as Spud Webb.
Yeah, that's right. Little Spud, who was
Anthony
like an inch
Spud
taller.
Webb.
An
Okay?
inch taller than me.
And
So
won the slam dunk contest in 1986 in Dallas.
Right.
Yes, I'm dating myself, but I don't care. Seen it, watched it, love that era. Okay.
We are old school. Well,
how many mismatches, Allie, have we seen in the 80s and the 90s? How many you want a mismatch? I'll give you a current mismatch. There's a left tackle for the 49ers by the name of Trent Williams, who is 6'6" and 320 pounds. You want a scary thought? Safety that stands 5'8" coming in on a blitz, and the next thing you know, you see number 71, Trent Williams, in motion. What do you think he's doing? He's coming to run over your ass.
That's right. You better get out of the way, man.
How's that for a mismatch? And y'all want to sweep subjects like this under the rug because they're afraid to affect your bottom dollar? Rock the boat a little bit, like we are.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with any of that. It's, and it's odd. It's odd to me that they don't just see it as, a normal phase of competition.
Right.
I mean,
that's all it is. It's a normal phase of competition. That's it.
Yeah. I've got another example here of, we were talking about Monet Davis last week. The male athlete to ever. Can you hear me?
We got you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, cool. Okay, good. If you don't remember who Monet Davis was, Monet Davis, who was back in 2014, she was 13. She pitched a no-hitter for the Dragons, of Philadelphia. Funny, we're in Pennsylvania today for some reason, but I think that's appropriate because it's the seat of democracy in this country.
Yes.
So I'm a Liberty Bell and all that. So I'm good. Anyway, she wielded an impressive 70-mile-per-hour fastball, and she became the first girl to earn a Little League World Series game and the first to pitch a shutout as her team, the Taney Dragons, won 4-0. And
this girl can throw.
She can.
She can throw. And now she is scouting prospects for MLB Network, which is wonderful. I love it.
It is awesome. Now, to get to that point, she also wants to be a broadcaster someday. That would be just great. I'm glad that she's doing that. Here's one interesting thing with her story, though. Since that time in Little League, she's no longer playing baseball. She is now playing softball. She was recovering from an ankle injury, and this is her history since then. She made the move to softball, and why? Why did she do that? First, limited opportunities in baseball. When she got to high school, she felt her opportunities to pitch in baseball were limited. She didn't feel that the coaching that she got was a good fit for her talents. She also stated the desire for a more enjoyable experience.
I can dig that.
Yep. She said that there were more opportunities in softball at the college level. And for once, and I understand this, she cited the desire for a more enjoyable experience and a preference for playing alongside other girls and the fun of the sport. I think after pitching a no-hitter with a small ball, it might have it was fun to experiment with something a little bit different. So what she did was become an infielder on the Hampton University softball team. And the reason why she chose to go there is that it also has a very strong journalism program, and that's what she wanted to do.
Hampton Pirates.
Yes.
Hampton Pirates.
Very good. She graduated from the school with a degree in communications, and the fact is, if there had been more opportunities for girls in baseball, it would have been fun to see her on Hampton College's baseball team.
I would love to have seen that. I would love to have seen her toss a no-hitter in college.
That would have been.
I'm going to put this out there. Mondain Davis, if you're looking for an opportunity to grow, come over here to Snowman Sportsnet. I'm putting it out.
That's right.
I'm putting it out there. I mean,
we'll put you to work.
We're going for it.
Yeah.
We're going for it all.
Why not?
Speaking of going, we mentioned a league we talked about, the Athletes Unlimited Softball League.
Yeah.
I'm planning the first alternative play-by-play call for them in the next couple of weeks.
Excellent. Excellent. Wouldn't we love? Wouldn't we?
I talked with Jody, and Jody looked at me and says, "Are you kidding? Why aren't you all over this?" And the goal for this here is to add more women's sports than the usual folks are adding.
Yeah. We don't care about ratings. No. We're not beholden.
We just care about the people who tune in.
Exactly.
Those are the folks we're trying to get.
Exactly.
Right?
and we have the freedom to talk about this.
Absolutely. And we're gonna keep it, and we're gonna keep it that way. Because the coverage is limited as far as I'm concerned to MLB.TV.
It's always limited.
ESPN's trying to get their hooks into it, and the reason I feel that the four-letter network is getting their hooks into it, and they're saying, "See, we cover women's sports also. We're being diplomatic."
It's a smoke screen.
It's a big fat ass smoke screen. If you don't see, this is too easy.
Yep.
This is too easy. They employ people that want to be robots, or they're forced to be being robots. Let me say that. And they put them in what they deem, and I'm guaranteeing you, this league is being deemed by them obscure.
Of course. And yet you're seeing some of the finest tuned athletes in the world who specialize in exactly what they're doing. I mean, I remember the days of Monica Abbott and Jenny, please help me out.
Finch.
Yeah, Jenny Finch, who I loved, who was the pioneer in all this.
Who didn't love Jenny Finch?
She was a delight.
Who didn't love Jenny Finch?
I shared an elevator with her.
Hall of Fame pitcher out of Arizona.
Yes.
Which is why I became a Wildcat softball fan, so I can watch Jenny Finch.
Exactly.
Which is another reason I became a softball fan, period. Because I love seeing him play. I covered the city championship in Chicago for softball. 7 innings was supposed to be. It wound up going 12.
Wow. Amazing.
It was a 12-inning championship game, and the final score was 1-0.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Everybody that participated in that game was out of breath.
I can only imagine.
Everybody that participated in that game was exhausted. Yours truly included, because I was not only the play-by-play announcer for my network, I was also the public address announcer that morning.
Right. Oh my God.
I was exhausted.
I can believe that. What year was that?
13.
Okay.
13.
Yeah.
It was
It's a big year.
it was a charter school championship, and I can't remember the name of the group right now. But that was a 12-inning marathon.
Yeah.
And
Boy.
the crazy part is not one, not two, not three, but 4 runners were thrown out of the plate, eighth inning on.
Oh my Lord.
4 runners were thrown out at the plate, 8th inning on. 1 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th, and you had 1 get thrown out in the 11th.
Remarkable.
I couldn't believe it.
Mm.
Because every time I thought, okay, here's the game winner, they get gunned down at the plate with room to spare.
Jeez.
And I'm sitting there going, what?
Phenomenal. Oh gosh.
And you know who was working with me that day? You remember this name, Mark Farina.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Mark was my good buddy. And
yeah.
He did the baseball game while I did the softball game. Both games went extra innings, mind you.
Oh my God.
Finally wrapped up. I zipped over to the baseball game. They were going into the 10th inning. Scoreless.
I love that.
Both games
I love that.
1-0.
Just like the Cubs game last night.
Yes.
That's so cool. I love that. Can't wait. I'm going to the Cubs game on Sunday. My family's coming in, so we can all dress out in our Cubs best.
Oh yeah.
Our Cubby blue.
Now,
and
y'all know there are gonna be pictures of that, right?
oh yeah. We've got what something like 8 people going to that game. It's now the last time we all got together. The last time we all got together, the game actually went 18 innings on a Sunday night, and all of us,
of course.
yes, and so a couple of us had to go to work the next day. My nephew, who was something like 10 at the time, fell asleep in the middle of it, and it was great. But so we'll see what happens this game, because it's turned into a night game via ESPN. So
not just if it goes extra innings, you ain't going to bed till 2 a.m.
Yeah, not just because of ESPN, but the fact that the NASCAR Cup race is in downtown this weekend.
That's right. Yes.
It's a Chicago kind of weekend, baby.
Yeah, it is. It is. I just wish
mix in a little pizza and off to the races we go.
We're doing. Yeah, that will be fun. As a matter of fact, we're doing the pizza party tonight at our place. So that's
what kind of pizza you having?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
What kind? Oh gosh, we're gonna be having the deep dish, probably with sausage, probably with a couple of vegetables mixed in. Spinach for my mother and me. Spinach and mushroom is my personal favorite.
Right.
I love good healthy pizza, right? And then we've got pepperoni for Lev, my baby, and we'll see. It's going to be my niece Amelia's boyfriend's first time in Chicago, so we'll see what he wants.
He's in for a treat.
Right. He's a California boy, he's never had it. Yes,
he's never been in Chicago. He's in for a treat.
So
he about to get the real deep dish plate treatment right there.
He is.
The first time I did a game at Wrigley Field, it was a public league championship between the Clemente Wildcats and the Simeon Wolverines, 2 of the best 2 teams in the city.
Oh,
we were sitting behind home plate, and the game was going on. Got to the 7th, still tied. And by that time, I was exhausted. I wanted to get the heck out of there, but I wanted to see how this ended. 12 innings it played, and Simeon scored the winning run on an inside the park home run.
What?
Oh,
That's a way to do it.
man. That's the best. What a way to go.
Got to the 12th inning. We were running out of tapes because we had to pre-tape this. We were running out of tapes. I just had brought enough number of tapes with me. We got to the 12th inning, and the first pitch of the 12th inning was in the ivy, and the guy was flying around. By the time he reached first base, his helmet was gone. He was flying around the bases, and he scores standing up, and inside the park home run in the 12th inning.
Yeah. That's amazing. What a way to finish.
In the 12th inning.
It's the best way to finish, I think. 12th inning. Boy, all you want is for the game to be over. Yeah, I love it. Oh, man.
And then, that was 98 when I did that game. 9 years later, 2007, back at Wrigley Field, it was the Clemente Wild. No, check that. It was an old rivalry, Allie, that you know very well. It was the Lane Tech Indians and the Whitney Young Dolphins.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, that's a blood sport. That's not a rivalry. That's a blood sport.
In terms of rankings, 1 versus 2 in the Chicago Public League.
Absolutely.
And Julian Kenner provided the only run in the game on a double into the ivy that scored Troy White from first base, and it held up. It stood up. It stood up, and final was 1-0. I was on the field for a good hour, getting interviews, getting sound bites and everything, even from the principal, Julian Kenner, who was there. But boy, that was one of the best games two of the best games I ever covered.
So,
that's I did the CPL.
I love that. I love that. See what happens in a democracy. See what happens when you have this kind of competition and this
when you have independents to cover it and are given the keys to cover it.
Exactly. I mean,
I'll tell you another blood sport that happened. 2007, the CPL Red Division title hung in the balance because it was the expected team, the Lane Tech Indians, and the little team that could, the Whitney Young Dolphins.
I love those guys.
We played. I forgot the name of the state. It wasn't Hanson Stadium, but it was one of the other stadiums. I can't remember the name of it.
Hanson would have been the one. Usually,
the two stadiums I'm real familiar with, are Hanson Stadium and, of course, Gately Stadium, being the South side.
Yes.
So I've done most of the games at Gately Stadium. So we were in the stadium. My broadcast partner shows up, Paul Harris Hotel. 14-0 Lane Tech. I look at Paul and he looks at me, and we're going, this is going to be a blowout. I don't think Whitney Young has the horses to keep up with Lane Tech. Yeah, right. Shut my mouth. Third quarter ends. It's now 14-7 or 14-6. I beg your pardon. And then, wouldn't you know it, Whitney Young drives 92 yards. They get the touchdown and tie the game on a 2-point conversion, and it's 14 apiece. Clock goes dead, and we're in overtime. Oh, not to mention it was 85 degrees that day.
Oh, God.
Sun facing us.
Oh,
okay?
God.
Sun facing us. And
no. It's brutal.
It went overtime. Whitney Young scored in overtime. They get the full 8. So it's 22-14. 4th and 5 for Lane Tech. And we're all on the edge of our seats. 4th and 5. And the quarterback gets sacked, stripped, fumble recovery, game over. Whitney Young pulls the upset.
God almighty. What a great game. Oh, my God. That had to have been fun for you.
22-14 was the final score. And for some reason, I get a call from Chris Cassidy, the AD of Whitney Young, who wanted to honor the players, and said, you need to come here and introduce the players. Chris, I can't. Why not? I don't have a voice after what happened yesterday.
Love that.
Chris's next comment to me: "You want an extra $200? I'll be there in an hour."
Absolutely.
He was paying me to do the games, but couldn't double dip because I was also a security guard at Whitney Young. That afternoon, after Whitney Young won the game, he called me and said, "Are you really going back to the school?" I'm like, "I'm taking my ass home. I'm not dealing with this already. I'm going home." But like Allie said earlier, and I want this to resonate with all of the independent alternative play-by-play broadcasters who call the games for their teams, like Jason Joseph does for the Phillies, like Rising Rhino does for the Colorado Avalanche and for the CFL. Everybody that has a niche, use it. Just use it. If they try to hunt you down, let them hunt you down, because they can't stop you, because you're an independent broadcaster for your own brand. Hell, I can say they've come after me for the last 14 years with the teams I've covered. And they've really come after me since cancer.
That's
You're not
sad.
supposed to be doing this. Yeah, watch me. Oh, by the way, I had someone drop me a truckload of hate because I was covering these guys.
The 49ers? Why? What's wrong with the 49ers?
Apparently, I wasn't doing a good job as a play-by-play voice. And he dropped a truckload. He dropped a truckload of hate. So I didn't respond to him, but I did clip what he posted. So I decided to piss him off, posted on my channel, and I said, "See this guy here? He's trying to stop me from doing what I love to do." I'm not going to mention the numbers for the next game that followed, or the numbers I'm getting for covering the Indiana Fever.
Exactly.
I'm getting for covering the Indiana Fever is crazy. Even though Caitlin Clark hasn't played in 6 games or 5 games.
But they've done so well since then. They now have a winning record.
They destroyed.
So
the Aces.
They destroyed the Vegas Aces
I
last.
do have a question.
Go
because
for it.
we are talking about the All-Star game is coming up for the WW, and there's a person that we were talking about that has voiced their displeasure, to say the least, about not being on there.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is. That's Angel Reese. Someone asked me. And they said, what do you think about Angel Reese being snubbed and left off the All-Star team? I said if she would have done better and been more consistent, she'd be an All-Star.
I think that's absolutely right. The problem with Angel this year is that she has not looked comfortable in her new position. And she's trying to do so much. And the fact is that even as the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, as she was just named, she's averaging now for the last week 19.7 points per game, 17 rebounds, and or me bounds. As some of them are. The thing was, she had a really bad start to the season, and I think it's discomfort with her position. I think it's discomfort for her for the way that she's treated in so many ways. She's never felt she's gotten the love that Caitlin Clark has gotten. And she goes, "Hey, I'm here too. I am so here too." And I think that created something of a backlash for Angel. And I think that's the reason why you're seeing this. And I feel bad. I really do.
I
go
do
ahead.
that too. The only problem is, again, is like when you watch some of the games, you start to question, what is Angel good at? It's not
Right.
facilitating the ball because she throws it in the passing lanes and they get intercepted. It's
Mm-hmm.
not shooting because her percentage is still very, very down. It's like the only thing she has are the rebounds, or as we call them, me-bounds, because she's picking up her own misses. So it's like, a lot of people are just like, what are you good at? What are you good at that I can say, yeah, this is why I still want to believe in. I want to still believe in her. It's just
I
like
do too.
so many issues, in my opinion, about her game. Is like her game just comes up short every time.
Yeah, despite the numbers. I mean, it's an interesting conundrum that she has right now, because you can tell that she's phenomenally talented. She's got the hustle. She certainly has the drive to do it. But there's something in that I think maybe it's messing with her head a little bit.
Yeah. And
You
it's
know?
what's messing with some people also, as we're talking about Caitlin Clark, the Fever have done great in her absence. And now you have some idiots, and I will say it aloud, idiots believing that the Fever are better without Caitlin Clark. No, the Fever are better because they learn how to play defense consistently. Wait till Caitlin Clark is back in the lineup. Every game will be a blowout.
We'll see. But I'm hoping that that she's going to be allowed to rest for the length of time that it takes for that groin injury to heal.
And I think Stephanie White thinks the same way. And I adore Stephanie White because since game one, she's been calling out the officials. She got teed up last night after a couple of BS calls, right when they were going into a timeout. When you have Stephanie White call the officiating atrocious. She's done many games this year. Somebody better listen.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Honestly, the way she's been going at it, that's, I think, one of the bigger reasons the Fever's been doing so well is she's firing them up.
Yeah.
Look at their body language. I mean, they had great body language with CC in the lineup. All right, the body language of the Fever to me is outstanding because they're cheering each other up. They know when they're down. They kind of lose their focus, but they're still there. But last night I saw a fire in them with every basket that went down
that we hadn't seen in a while.
I haven't seen all season. It lit them up.
Winning makes all the difference.
Go ahead. Makes it all better.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I want to point this error out before we get out of here. And Allie, you're going to get a real kick out of it. You're going to get a real kick out of this.
Let's hear it.
Before the Commissioner's Cup final, the 4-letter network put a headline out that said, Lynx crush Fever to win Commissioner's Cup.
Oh, no.
Lynx destroy Fever to win the Commissioner's Cup. Now, this is Rachel Demita. I saw this on her channel, and shout to Rachel Demita for pointing this out because I totally missed it. Rachel Demita pointed out that the 4-letter network put up a headline saying Lynx destroy Fever to win the Commissioner's Cup. Yeah.
How'd that work out?
The opposite happened. And the headline that came out, hold on to your seats, y'all. Again, a shout to Rachel Demita for pointing this out. The headline that came out was, ready for this? Quote, Fever stun Lynx to win Commissioner's Cup.
There you go.
Whoa.
I swear that crow must have looked like the size of a California condor when they had to redo that.
No kidding. No kidding.
You want to use Fever stun Lynx? They punched him in the mouth.
They did. That was a fabulous game.
If you think in terms of stun, if you think in terms of stun, then you're talking about a 3-point game, a 2-point game. No, they beat him by 15.
And if you'll recall, they started with a 13-point deficit in that game. Yep.
They were down 27-14 with 7:54 remaining in the second quarter. And this is
Right.
what I think turned the Fever season around. The Fever shut them out.
Mm-hmm.
The remainder of the quarter. They scored the final 18 points. And after they took a 5-point lead at the half, they were out of there. They ran away.
Yep, they sure did.
The four-letter network made a $500,000 mistake because that's what the winning.
The team got
That
$500,000. They made a $500,000 mistake. Big mistake.
that's for
What do we
and-
say? Opens him out.
Inserts a foot. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that was the Lynx' worst offensive performance of the season. They only shot 34.9% from the floor.
34.9.
Yeah.
And the second straight night, they did it to the Aces.
Yeah.
They go man to man, and then they do a matchup zone, and it's a nightmare now.
Yep.
Well, I've been worried about the Aces. I don't see why, with all of their talent, that they are performing so poorly this season.
Yeah.
Have them sign Dewana Bonner. She's in need of something.
See what happens there.
Yeah.
But I think Dewana Bonner may be headed to Phoenix.
Well, that's where she wants to be.
Mhm.
And but the thing is, Phoenix only improved their record this week, so I don't know that they really need her. I think that the Mercury's doing pretty fine without her, and where would they put her?
Yeah, and I think Indiana's got the same answer. They signed Dewana Bonner to make a difference, but they say she didn't fit. Now I see why. With the Fever doing well the last few games. Before we get out of here, I got to pay this pretty redhead some respect because 14 years ago we met, sat in Starbucks. My set blew up. I had to go get another plug from, here's a familiar spot, Radio Shack, to get my mixer back in. Yeah. Listen, I can't mention how many times in 25 years Radio Shack has saved my ass. All right.
Same.
Went to Radio Shack across. I said, Allie, stay there. Raced across the street to Radio Shack, bought 2 power supplies, one for my computer and one for my mixer. And I wound up going again, getting a third one as a backup. We did our show. Phone connection went dead. I'm sitting there frustrated. But bless her heart, she stayed with me. She's been a very dear friend. She's been dear to me and my family for these past 14 years, through all the Sky games that we have covered, through all the DePaul games that we have covered, with Coach Doug Bruno and company inside McGrath Arena. And one time, Allie and I were together inside McGrath. I looked at her and looked at me, and she said, "How the hell did it get so loud in here?" I looked at her with a Cheshire Cat smile on my face, and I said, "What?" Because I was calling the game, and I had my headphones on. But in all seriousness, Allie, thank you for your 14 years of friendship. Thank you for the 11 years you have supported my show going into season 12. And thank you for giving me the chance to revive the Token Female and turn it into a takeover.
Right back at you, my brother. Right back at you.
You have been absolutely tremendous for me. Not only my broadcast family, but my family here at home, and your support of me and Jody and my kids and everything that is happening here. We love you very much. We look forward to season 12 and seasons beyond, because when this show, and I'm calling this all the way down, when this show celebrates its 25th anniversary, man, there's going to be more fun than we're having now. But thank you, Allie, for everything. We love you very, very much. Can't wait to get you back here, and we start season 12 with the Token Female Takeover. We love you, and thank you, my dear. Thank you for everything and all your support.
You overwhelm me. Love you guys too. Love you, Brian, and all of your belief and support. And looking forward to season 12 then. Looking forward. Lucky season 12. Love y'all.
Take
Love
care.
you. Thank you.
Mwah.
Let me get the hell out of here before I start crying.
Let me stage hook somebody real quick. Jen, get back up here.
Yeah, get back
I'm
here.
fine.
So now we got to do an outro, right?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay. Well, I'll start with this. Since it's season 11 and we're closing in on a final note, James Harden, you a bitch.
There we go.
No. We didn't get a chance to do this week. Oh,
What?
God. Jen, I want you to
Yeah?
buckle up.
Oh, no.
Okay?
Oh boy.
Same with
What-
Allie.
what are you gonna
Allie's
do?
in the back. Allie's in the back. And she's all right, you ready?
Here we
What
go.
now?
I couldn't close season 11 without doing this skit. Dear Bronsexuals, you. No.
Here we
Dear
go.
social media for allowing Bronsexuals on. You. I can't do this without laughing now. And dear ESPN and other networks for putting Bronsexuals down our throats and up our asses for the past 22 years. Now 23. You, and a whole lot of you. And to all the haters that have come against Allie, against me, against the dog, against Victor, against my family, you, and you.
Okay, I think on that note, before it's sold,
Have a great weekend. God bless you. We thank you all very, very much. Remember to make your next move your best move, and always remember, you know this very well. Say it with me. If your dreams don't scare you, then doggone it, they are simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We hope you are too. Season 12 starts Monday. So long, everybody. Enjoy your holiday. Remember, folks, every day is a holiday that you're above ground. You get to celebrate it with your family. So enjoy this holiday and enjoy every other day afterwards. We love you very much. Season 12 starts Monday. So